Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder game. I am Joe Treff, your GM this evening and most, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Olive, and Ari. We are short Kara this week and next week, as Kara is abroad in Japan, which is pretty cool. But we will have Kara back hopefully the week after that, potentially 3 weeks later, because I think Kara's coming back like the day before or the day of, so we'll see. A couple of quick announcements before we get into Starfinder. First, we have a YouTube at Alberon RPG where you can see all the old sessions. We're getting close to 500 hours worth of content. We have way more than that, 500 videos. So something like, I don't know. I did the math and I know Campaign 1 itself runs for 15 straight days, no breaks, no commercials. So
we didn't eat the entire time.
No, we definitely didn't. That was a long campaign. Not that this one's going to be much shorter, but this is going to be longer.
Vodka shots and tequila shots.
Yeah,
every.
Anyways, you can see what that is when you go to YouTube at Alberon RPG. If you look at our breaks in the early campaign 1, right when we come back from break, yeah, a little more chaotic. But all of our old sessions go there. This one at noon, followed by our D&D game at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you can also find us on Instagram at Alberon RPG, where you can see different things that are on our table. Right now we have this power plant that's up there, but there are all kinds of things that will be up there. This is the first week actually where we haven't had food directly in view, but you can see those at Alberon RPG on Instagram. And then tomorrow we'll be playing our D&D game at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to be joined by a guest from a different D&D stream. Izzy is going to be joining us, playing an original character who you'll get to meet probably right near the beginning of the session tomorrow. And so you can join us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Courts of Everest. But that is all the announcements that we have for this week. It is time for Mosaic Team 5. Mosaic Team 5. When we last played, you leapt across the chasm that separated the elevator you had forced to an emergency stop and the entryway to hallway 45. You passed the recycling airlock and emerged in front of a mandatory donation station. Luckily, you have Shade with you, who is able to hack the console and set the donation amounts to a paltry amount, allowing you to enter with only a single credit, although Echo logged in to allow use of their Pleiades Rock operative account, which had been long inactive. You pushed on and into the operations annex, where the lines of Pleiades Rock Crimson, Gray, and White separated into 3 different tracks of hallways, rooms, and facilities. To the west, the Crimson lines led down the way to Life Sciences, where cryogenics and employee accommodations were also held, and one half of the power plant to an important lift. To the east, a maintenance bay, a UPB depot, and research and development, along with the other power plant needed for the lift that would be required to reach your eventual destination. And this lie to the north, where the Operative Operations Center existed, along with an operative training facility, a faulty operative study, and finally, at the very end, your eventual destination, a lift to the security nexus and the central core below. First, you opted to make your way into the gray-marked hallways and found yourselves within a large manufacturing center. Echo found themselves surrounded by the titanium skeletons of models of androids almost identical to them, missing the muscles and blood and biological components, few though they may be, that made them more than just parts. But at the end of the series of these long conveyor belts, you saw 2 doors, one leading to the R&D sector, which was smashed in, and beyond you saw no real evidence of surviving infrastructure, and the other, which led to a more promising printing location. But as Echo sped away to see if there was possibly another way into R&D, you drew the attention of the automated defenses, which included 3 proto-Echo units focused on firing tri-lasers from beyond, and a massive 8-armed electrified sentinel called the Kill PC, which howled to life and began to assault the party. Shade, you moved to intercept the creature that rained tri-laser fire from the belts, using adaptive fighting and the curved blade to carve them to pieces with bubbles, literally throwing every weapon that they had on them, using the extra damage when they missed to do devastating effects, quickly taking these 3 creatures out. Echo was caught out in the open, and despite having a token on their person, a scan of them from the kill PC set them to the priority target, and further information seemed to be passed along the internal Pallades Rock network. Gibbs, frustrated by their mental powers being ineffective against these with no true minds, used the acid elemental gimmick in their mouth to cast the devastating Time's Edge spell, dealing acid damage instead. This opened the acid floodgate, and Echo took advantage from their spot on the floor, zipping between the creature's 8 clasping tendrils of steel to land 2 critical hits. That dealt a combined total of 139 points of acid damage and 22 points of bleed that could never be applied, as each was the final blow for their corresponding creature. Spice and Gibbs worked together to keep the party up as each strike from the kill PC dealt tremendous damage, followed by an electrical pulse, barely able to stay on top. But together, you managed to come out, and though a little bit worse for wear, you pried your way into the malfunctioning UPB depot. After breaking the room's mundane spell on Gibbs's hoarding tendencies, you set the printer to make a full living room set of couches, chairs, and arm tables in the shape of root vegetables,
Hell yeah.
while Echo scouted ahead.
Dope.
Echo felt a connection to a creature like themselves, unbeknownst to them, the same creature that Spice had asked Santa Claus upon sensing another Echo unit. And not just any, but the template for your Echo unit, Echo 70000. You bid them, or rather, the Echo unit said to your Echo, you present a unique opportunity, but your companions are not authorized in Pallades Rock restricted sectors. Come. And Echo chose to speed ahead and bar the way, disappearing amidst the Proto-Echo units that, for the very first time, did not aggress, before disappearing deep, deep, deep into the heart of the assemblage where even your magic Gibbs could not follow. But not before sending a final transmission to you, Shade, which contained the blueprints to the facility. It also had the plans needed to restart the failed power plant in the Crimson sector, which you all proceeded to next. You traveled straight through a nexus that branched in 3 directions through the living quarters and to the failed power plant, where radiation rolled out, and it was then that a final file, time-locked by Echo, dropped onto your device, Shade. And that is where we begin this evening. As the sort of power plant rolls this radiation ahead of you, Shade, you stand right on the edge of this space, and right as you, either the left or the right kind of tunnel, right as you get to that edge, give me just 1 moment.
Which tunnel would you like?
There is a message on your computer.
tunnel.
And this is a single encrypted file that has been uploaded to your shared drive with Echo.
I open the file.
You try to access this file titled 549, but it's password encrypted. Do you have a password?
Checking notes from last session. Da, 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 da.
No, Kara was great and sent... Kara didn't just give Matt the password.
Oh shit. There was prep for this session that Matt's failing.
Is it
Is it?
this word?
Why wouldn't you say it
Are
out
you entering
loud?
that word?
I don't know.
That doesn't sound confident.
I don't get this word.
Sounds like you did.
It's family. It's love. It's her first
think,
pet.
yeah, I think I'm
Ohana.
putting that in.
Okay.
It's Nikolai 123 exclamation point.
So you go ahead and you enter that
That's
in,
not 8.
and as you do,
What'd you enter?
it unlocks.
Wait, what was it?
Are you not gonna say?
There are 4 folders.
Wow, this is great for the listening audience.
There are 4 folders. Shade, Bubs, Gibbs, and Spice. Each one is sized to contain different contents, much larger than just a simple text communication. But I would say that is what you see. None of them seem to have any countermeasures.
Yeah, I'm going into the radiation spot. There's nothing in those. Are those folders or are those?
They're folders, and each one has multiple contents.
Oh, okay.
So you can see based on the size, especially like you select the shade one first. Based on the size, there must be at least a video in there, if not more. You look at bubbles. Based on the size, I would say you get the sense that probably like it's smaller than a video, larger than a text file, maybe audio. And then you look at Gibbs. Gibbs's is pretty extensive. It seems to be, it's a lot of different text documentation. Spice's seems to be probably the smallest of all. Just a single kind of video clip, and there is something attached to that.
I know what that one is.
Yeah, I gotta fix this power plant as quickly as I can.
Okay.
I'm gonna send these files over to Bubs, Spice, and Gibbs.
Okay. So as you get ready to do this, you pause for just a moment, and for each of you, there is a message on your communicator. And you see a single file from Shade that has your name on it.
Ignore.
Open.
Okay. Gibbs. While Shade is getting ready to go in, you open up this file. There is a tremendous amount of documentation here. This is Echo's complete medical records. You can see there is recorded notes. There are all kinds of different things that are kind of like added into it. And as you look at the first one, beyond just medical records, within each one, there are notes that have been recorded, and in these notes, there are logs. These are transmission and communications logs, and what you're seeing does not look too dissimilar from what you had with all of your family. You can see that there is communications and messages from different Echo units, batch 40 through 49, as well as different logs from all of Mosaic Team 5, from the director, and from an individual who is called the mechanic. And all of these things are kind of slotted into the patient notes section of each of the individual pages of files. There is also a separate document. This is a big PDF, and it is a step-by-step with pictures guide on how to set up an email filter. At the very end of this, there is a note, and it says, "I need to apologize to you, Gibbs. I encourage you to put aside your desire to help your family for the mission, and I myself have instead gone looking for my batch. You must think me a hypocrite. I hope you understand why I left the way I did. I wished to protect my family, found and bonded. Be happy, Gibbs, for you are the heart of our team."
No.
And that is all. But Shade, you get ready to go in, and right at the edge of this, you can feel the radiation
I
just
wanna
rolls
read
across
mine.
you. You want to read yours as well?
Yeah, of course.
So think about this. You can see directly in front of you, it is about 40 feet to that L, and then presumably you can see, like visibly see, there is like this bright blue radiation kind of pouring out from around the corner, and so it probably gets stronger the further that you go.
What are my success rates here?
Well, you'd actually seen previously, right when Echo had joined the team, Echo ran into a reactor room, reset the reactor, and ran out before the radiation could even touch them. This would be a place perfect for an Echo unit. In fact, it almost feels designed for one. You are not an Echo unit, and so maybe speed would not work in the same way, but something that you should definitely think about. Bubbles, are you opening your message?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. The very first file, the largest of the files, is a very large playlist. This is titled In-Flight Music 2251.9.11.04.05. And the theme of many of the songs and the lyrics seem to be, I'm not perfect and that's okay. It's just a variety of different music that all kind of falls along the same theme. And as you kind of look next to this guide, next to this playlist, there is a guide, like a PDF similar to what Gibbs got. This is a cactus care guide. It's a step-by-step guide on taking care of a Christmas cactus. You're not sure what Christmas is, maybe something to do with driftness, but it is something that is pretty mundane and boring. When you flip through it, you feel this connection to Nikolai, but at the very end, there is a note embedded. And it says, I know it doesn't seem that way, Bubbles, but you have been given an opportunity. You are able to explore your independence. The relationship you had with Spice, while enjoyable in the moment, had an unstable foundation. You have the chance to discover yourself, your place in this universe, and what you alone desire from this life. Think about what you want, Bubbles, and go after it with a gentle heart and love for yourself. And that is all. So what are you doing, Shade?
Before I go in, kind of sizing up the situation, I'm gonna turn back to the group.
Gibbs just crying, looking at the communicator.
Gibbs,
Yeah.
is there anything that you can do within 30 feet of this door?
Yeah, of course. What do you need?
I need to get as close as possible so that I can quickly get into the computers on the other side of the room and attempt to shut down the reactor.
I could give you my Heelys. They give you some speed if you once per day want to do that.
You've already done that.
Once per day, I've done it. Does it make him faster if he does it?
No.
I feel it. What, like solar powered or something?
No, they just have a charge and then they can,
Solar powered charge. It takes a day to
Basically,
recharge.
Just kidding. I already used it because I'm selfish.
I wouldn't say you were selfish. You used it to be able, it was
Yeah,
what
to
got
get-
you into range to heal. That was good.
Yeah, no, you're good. Not specifically, but basically, if you go in and come out, I can take care of you then.
My intention is to go in as quickly as possible and get out as quickly as possible.
I could do this. It doesn't help against radiation, but it'll help against toxic atmospheres, including inhaled diseases and poisons. Would that be helpful?
Would that be helpful?
It specifically says it doesn't help with radiation.
I'm gonna say probably.
Then no.
But like,
Unless there's as an added bonus, like a
Right, like I
biochemical.
also
Yeah.
get,
it's like cancer plus the flu. I can help with the flu, but not cancer.
I don't know what I can help with either. Not much.
Ooh, I can protect you from extreme temperatures. Ooh, and pressure.
Ooh.
Spice, are you able to give me your mental boost?
Spice is picking her nails and she goes, "What? No, everything I'm good for is after it already happened."
Can you give me a move action?
Oh, yeah. And she like slaps her ass and she gives you an extra move action if you need it.
Go get it, Tiger.
And she goes, "Hurry!" Yeah, she punches you in the dick and goes, "Go get him, Tiger!"
It's made of titanium. It's like a Ken doll down there.
But no problem. I guess that inspires a move action. I would certainly want to get away from that.
Yeah.
I could give you extra stamina, but I feel like it's a waste.
I mean, right now I'm at full, so that mechanic.
The move action's pretty helpful.
But yeah, the move action will
I'll
work.
stand near there's like a door here or whatever.
Yeah, so it's 5 feet wide. Very narrow are
Yeah.
these spaces. And they almost seem to kind of concentrate the radiation and not allow it to spill out. The result of that, though, is the further you can get in, and Gibbs, from here, you can see like the sort of visible radiation. The paint, the little that's left on the very end of the hallway, has delaminated away. It's like intense. And so the further that shade gets, the worse that this effect will probably be. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be here to make sure the door is open and ready for you. Kind of.
Can we see to the end here?
Yeah.
Or does it get too...
Yeah,
Okay.
it's distorted. You can see almost like looking above a hot road.
Yeah.
The Chernikov radiation that is just pouring out of this room makes there like a wavy pattern. And it is luminescent. You can see it's almost like there's a blue fire in the other room. Little sparks are like moving in from the side.
I have the schematics. Are there any indications of like an emergency shutoff valve or anything that will dissipate this radiation cleanly so that we can like restart the reactor?
Dissipate the radiation.
Or not, but
make a engineering check. You look at the blueprints that you've got. They're not blueprints in that they have like the diagrams for everything, but they
it's
do
the schematics
show you,
of the space. Right?
Yeah, and they show you how to reset the program.
That is a 31.
With the 31, this is working as intended. So the reason that there is so much radiation pouring out is that the reactor itself overheated, and so the shielding is split to allow there to be some venting so that the core itself does not melt down and go critical. This means that right now, this is the venting procedure. It's happening. Likely, part of the reason it's not spilling out from beyond here is it's going somewhere else as well. You need to go in and like actually close out the shielding. What Echo has given you shows you how to reset the reactor to fix the problem from previous to this. So once you go and fix that problem, the shielding will close automatically. It's really a matter of getting there, and then it's really just being able to survive the radiation.
And getting there means getting over. So there's no physical element that needs to be fixed. It just needs to be like restarted.
Correct.
Okay. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I don't like the way he said yeah.
I know, but like,
What are you gonna do?
what you... So my plan is I'm gonna run down to here, which I believe gets me within range of. Is the terminal here?
Yeah, so that is the terminal. You can actually see the terminal is
This is
technically, right in the
Are you gonna leave before you leave? Can I give you something?
Yeah, I'm not leaving yet. I'm
Okay.
like,
We're, like,
planning
chatting
this
about
out
it.
and we're
Okay.
talking it through. So my plan's to go up to here, which I think can get me within range to wirelessly hack into the computer.
What is the range in wireless hack?
I believe now it's 25 because I got +5 at level 7, I think. It starts at 20.
So if it's 25, you would be 5 feet out of range.
Okay, so then I can go here with the extra move action, and I don't need to. I can like continue my movement while doing this. So I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. So using both move actions gets me over to the terminal physically, but I can get into it with my exocortex first. And if I don't need to physically go over there to restart the reactor, then I want to use my second move action to just go back. Like, this is sort of the nexus point where it's either I use the second move action to continue over to here, and then I need to wait another turn to be able to run back, versus going there. I guess I still technically have my action.
So using one move action, you will not be close enough unless there is a way that you can be clever about it that I haven't figured out, to be able to use wireless hack in range of the terminal.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is like
The second move action, you can move. The
Right.
way that Starfinder works is you can move. When you're done moving, you can then use your exocortex to take an action. You can then take an
Okay.
action. You can then take a bonus action.
So then I just have to run over here with the move action either way. Okay.
you
so
could
I'm
do
just
that. There's you could.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna start running because
Okay.
either way I have to run this way.
you start
first.
running.
Maybe a charge action.
I'm gonna go because now this is like actually a numbers thing. This is gonna be closer, so I'm gonna go.
That is a little closer. And as you look at the blueprints, you recognize that that's actually 5 feet closer. Starting over at this doorway, using one move action will get you within 25 feet. And that, doing the math,
It's a numbers game.
probably a little bit easier.
It's fucking always math finder. God damn. All right, so I'm gonna go over here, and then I can get it within range to do
You
it
should-
with the first move
If you
action.
get a charge action, you can get double your movement speed.
But you're using an
But
action to
that's
do
an
it.
action, and I want to be able to use my action in case I have to go and physically do something at the console. Or I could use my action to move after, like
Yeah.
Because
I
right
want
now,
that-
it's just
I
move
want that
and then
ability.
exocortex,
Yeah.
and you still have a whole action, bonus action to just sit,
Yeah.
I
sit
see
on.
what you're saying.
yeah.
But no worries. So, as a move action, you run. And so, rushing down as you
I think Buzz wanted
Oh
to
no,
do
it's fine.
something
No, it's
first.
fine.
You want to do it?
No, he's fine. He's got it.
So yeah, Shade, you're walking back and forth. You're kind of marking on the blueprints. Gibbs follows you behind, a couple scurrying steps to catch up to your 1 or 2. But you end up at this side and you realize this is really the easiest way to accomplish this. And especially with that extra move action from Spice, this should be pretty easy, provided there's nothing unforeseen at the edge.
Of course.
So are you rushing in?
Yeah, I guess so.
You step 5 feet in. Make a fortitude saving throw. And can somebody move Shade to the corner?
This corner?
No, the
All
very
right,
far
not a
corner.
great start.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
A 15. With a 15, as you enter, it is like there is heat, but it doesn't strike your face. It strikes the metallic structure within you. It strikes the mechanic parts, and you can feel those begin to heat up inside your body. It creates almost instantly this little layer of steam between your skin and your metal frame, and it's uncomfortable. You can feel in the areas that do not quite seal, there are little bits of steam that come out, and you begin to suffer the effects of radiation sickness. You now have radiation sickness, and as you make it to the very edge and you round this corner, it is like the effect intensifies even more. Now you can make your exocortex action, absolutely.
Okay.
How does radiation work? Does he feel hot, or is he physically hot?
It feels hot on the inside of you. It is a very uncomfortable feeling, and I've also never experienced radiation.
You've never
so I
been
don't know.
radiated, Joe?
No.
So that's a 27 with my bypass.
Okay.
So any
With a 27, in this moment, as you rush over to the corner and this waves across you, your exocortex reaches out and it behaves unpredictably. You're very close to failing this roll, even though it is a straight reset. It's a relatively complex mechanism that you are working on, and as you turn, you can see off to your left, there is a big tank of hydrogen. You can see it is stored, the paint is peeling away, there are just ribbons of red that have been curled off, and you can see in places the metal itself is beginning to wear thin. You imagine that failing this and causing more of a backup here could rupture this hydrogen, and you've heard of hydrogen bombs. They're pretty explosive, but you don't fail by 2. And you are able to engage this shutdown sequence. For the rest of you on the outside, suddenly there is a quietness that fills the air as this radiation is rehoused. You can hear water begin to pump as some cooling mechanisms begin to engage into place. Behind the walls where you are, you can hear these powerful motors begin to engage. And the temperature doesn't drop. You still feel sick and queasy. You can make a fortitude saving throw. This is at the same level as before. Oh, no, you can move. You have your second move action.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. And so as that begins to drop, you can just turn and run.
Okay, cool. And I still have my action, so I would make sure that everything's cool and then I get out.
No problem. As a free action, you make sure everything is cool. And it certainly is cooling down. When you look at your Geiger counter, the rads begin to drop. You can see almost instantly the ventilation is still actively working, but now rehoused. The reactor is no longer just leaking radiation out into the halls.
Cool. Providing
And
power?
for all of you, you can see the red lights that are on the exterior go green. As this power is now actively feeding into the regular system. You would
that do
imagine the lift to 88 is now active.
Yes. Blech.
And you can see Shade looks a little worse for wear. Not super dissimilar to what he looked like before.
This is nice.
Then I'm going to open up the files from Echo
Okay.
now that I've done that.
So you get out, you turn, you can see the lights go green, and in that moment, you go into your communicator and you see the very first thing is a video clip. In this clip, you see a very familiar sight. It is the Hall of Efficiency you just went through here. But through Echo's eyes, you see a very different experience. You see the generic man, the same one that you passed in that shop. But as Echo progresses through, you can see this very chilling series of messages that really suggest that Echo, it's make a sense motive check. Interspaced into these messages are the same commercials that all of you saw as you passed, and you can see that each of you experience very different things. 14. They're not very nice. And that is what you can tell about that. You also see there are ship schematics to the shuttle that all of you have within the Directive Zero. And as you go through them, there is a little node that you know is not actually there within the shuttle proper. And as you get close to it, there is a small data stream that is attached, and on it are coordinates. These coordinates would lead you to the mechanic's hideout. And there is a flight path that is recorded for the last fight that all of you had within the Tendon Slicers. It shows all of your ships as they trace around the various elements of Vesk, and hidden in there is a message. Shade, I leave these files in your care. I am sorry to burden you with this, but please keep our family safe. You will have your work cut out for you, but try to maintain a level head. I believe we are better together when we are able to take a calming breath and think before shouting at each other. I apologize for not making better use of myself during my tenure with MT5. Know that you are a good leader and you can rely on your team. I have also included coordinates for my friend. The mechanic may worry, but mention my unit number on approach, and you will probably gain entrance. I wish you safety. I wish you joy, and you have my thanks for experiencing a brief period of freedom and joy myself. And that is all.
Was that Echo suicide note?
These are all Echo suicide notes. Jesus. Can't wait to read what yours says. Just one word, bitch.
Yeah, my.
It's a little shorter than everybody else's.
I guess my guess is it's the video of
Beeline down to floor 88.
Wait, where are you? You're looking so sickly.
We need to keep moving.
Do you not need help?
We can deal with that later. Echo needs us more.
It only takes literally 7 seconds. Nice!
Yeah, you feel great.
Patty cake on Shades' body to solve this problem, but it's very wet fingers and everything feels really sticky. But you're cured. I spend the spell slot to do it. I hope you don't get this again.
Yeah.
Pull
You better
the
not
radiation
get it again.
sickness into yourself. You basically eat it using the biomechanics of the trash juice that is just infused into your body. It is like the bacteria that can eat rust in our ocean. This is something that can eat actual radiation, and it feasts on it. You don't feel great, Gibbs. You're kind of reaching your capacity to be able to do this. And you would imagine that...
I suck it the fuck up and don't show anybody that, though. No one's gonna know.
But for the rest of you, Shade, are you turning and leading the group back?
First I'm gonna be thank you, Gibbs.
Let's go. We gotta
You
go.
all saw the files that Echo sent.
Yeah.
What?
Echo sent a file, and she said that we're her family, and then she told me how to fix my email.
It's they.
They said that they're the family. That they're our family.
Which
I
is why
doesn't hear anything
we
except
need
for
to
the
go.
misgendering.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Me, Ariana sucking.
I've made a terrible mistake, and we need to go now.
Oh, you fucked up? What'd you do wrong?
What do you mean?
If you read the files, you would understand.
Nah, that's what you guys are for.
We fucked up. We all fucked up by letting them go. We gotta go get
Letting
them back.
who go?
Echo.
Oh, so now we need to go save
Oh
her.
no.
Yes. It's a bad thing that that they are not here with us, being our friend and together.
All right, then we need to save Echo.
That's
Echo
what I've
is
been
going to be in
saying.
danger.
The whole job is danger.
You need to watch.
I'm gonna start
the
taking a
files.
shot every time you say the word danger or caution.
I'm going and
I go with
I'm
Shay.
done
gonna
with
go
this.
with
No problem. You go, you open the door. You can see the plush
on,
employee
heel text.
accommodations beyond.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Text
Heel
jumps along,
Did Heel
following
Text
all
get
of
a
you.
note?
Oh, he's fucked up.
Heel Text didn't get a note.
Damn.
He's just like you, not letting it on. He declined healing from you, and when you gave him healing, he did not.
He gave me feelings.
That's a strong word. He was not happy that it worked.
Yeah.
He's still not in great shape, but he's definitely better than he was before. He limps along after you. You make your way out to these plush accommodations. You pass into the small kind of area where it separates off into cryogenics and life sciences, and then you make your way back along the 10-foot long hallway and into the sort of antechamber where it splits into 3 different paths. And there's only one that you haven't taken yet. This is the one that would lead you to this lift, the north track that is colored white along the walls. Is that where you're going?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Level
Think about it.
That's not the only way I'm
As you approach the doors, there is, you can see a computerized lock, but as you get close, green, you almost feel the same way that you can feel the ghost vibration of your cell phone sometimes, where the token is on your person, you can actually feel almost like this faint vibration. And you get the sense that that is why you are able to pass beyond. But beyond, you can see there is a 90-foot long hallway, and at the end it opens up into a huge rectangular room. As you get a little closer, it is 120 feet wide. You can turn to the left and to the right, and in the lights that are on here, you can see pretty well. It's about 80 feet deep, and you can see a trio of support pillars that are made from steel that rise about 12 feet up to a secondary sort of level. There are 2 rooms on either side of the secondary level with a huge bank of 25 different screens that are mostly static in the middle. And you can see there are 3 screens that are currently lit. You can see some like fast moving images across those. And then I would say, Shade, with your Android eyes, you can see in the upper room there is a label. That's good. There's a label for incoming processing and a label for outgoing processing over those 2 upper rooms. There are 3 doors on the first level that exit. There's one on the left side of the north wall that reads Operative Training Facilities. There's one in the center that reads Security Nexus / Core, and there's one on the right that reads Faulty Operative Study.
What was the one before faulty operative?
Security Nexus
Security
/
Nexus
Core.
/Core.
And we know that the elevator down is going to be at the core, right?
Correct.
The security nexus in the core. We were told not to go into the forensics lab.
Forensics lab.
Because that's where 18 is.
But that's not any of these.
I am curious
Probably
though
security
about
nexus would be the forensic lab.
the faulty operatives, and I want to see the incoming processing.
Oh no, forensic is probably in faulty
So
operative.
that's upstairs, and then Faulty Operative Study is off and to the right.
So how high up is the second floor?
About 12 feet up, but you can see there's just like a steel kind of ramp that you can walk up to get there.
Oh, I'm gonna jump.
Is it like a
jets
2
though.
Easy.
mezzanines?
So you walk in, quickly scan the area, and then up to the second floor. Where are the rest of you going? Are you running up?
I can jetpack, but
Spice will just wait downstairs and smoke a cigarette. I don't give a
We
fuck.
need
Here's
to
gonna
get to
go
the
there.
core.
Can I take a quick peek into this operative study?
Yes.
It's kind
but
of
be
like
careful.
R&D, but worse.
She tries to change the channel on one of the screens.
We don't know what's ahead of us. I'm the only one who holds the token, so they may still attack.
Okay, I'll be sneaky.
Spice, as you look, make a perception check. So it's like 25 little screens up on the top second floor. From down here, it's kind of hard to see. There's only 3 that are really moving.
Okay, God damn, I fucking hate Starfinder math. 22.
With a 22, you can make out 2 of them closer towards the bottom. The first one, you can see it is a desert road, and almost at once, you are familiar with this place. You're looking at Akaton.
Fuck.
And whoever is on this road is moving fast. There is red sand off to either side, just passing rapidly.
Are these live? Is there like the red live dot?
With your check, you can't see one, but you also see a second screen, and in this one, you can see, I would say for you, Spice, almost specifically, you can recognize markings in the background of Vesk, and specifically a Vesk military. It is the inside of a Veskarium ship, and you can actually see briefly there, whoever's perspective this is, are being marched along a corridor. You can see there is a row of other people in front of them, all dressed in what look like prison uniforms. Hard to tell if they're live.
I'm gonna go up and investigate these TV screens.
You start walking up. Shade, as you jetpack up, you're looking at which processing?
Incoming.
Okay. You go up and
Well, I
press
guess if
the
they're
switch
right
to the
next
door.
to each other.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're separated
yeah.
by the screens.
Yeah.
So you go into the incoming processing. This is an entire office as you open the door that is dedicated to processing incoming orders and shipping needs. You can see 3 desks, each have swiveling maroon and gray chairs that each are neatly pushed into the desk with a terminal. Make a perception check. You stand at the doorway kind of looking, and the air is stale. It hasn't been moved in a little bit.
These dice ain't great tonight. 22.
With a 22, you can see on the first there is a portrait of a man with a mustache and tan hair that is just carefully combed back. You can see on the second desk there seems to be just a clean little like black organizer with different pencils and pens all put in there, which like that's a collection. They're not for use. Like people don't really use pencils and pens, so like it's a collection of stationery. And then the third desk, you can see there is a maroon, gray, and white bouquet of artificial flowers that look just as fresh as they probably did when they were dropped off. There's a thin coat of dust, but you can actually still smell the faintest element of fragrance from a long vanished essential oil. And that is what you would see.
Oh, because my enhanced senses. Nice. Smell. All right, I guess computers check the terminal
Make a
to
computer
see if there's been any incoming or outgoing things that have.
But which
like,
one?
Especially knowing the last guest contact. 38.
With a 38, all that you can see are some freshly ghosted machines that have just been at some point recently, and so you would guess probably now every night this occurs, has just been wiped to this kind of like default terminal entry. The only thing that is regular about any of them, in the actual BIOS proper, there is the last username that was entered. And so in one of them, the username is Elizabeth Narule. The second one is Oliver Osei. And the third one is Greta Uschwinzer. And I would say make a flat intelligence check, Shade. Each of these has a little picture next to them, and you can see... Ooh, that's pretty good.
24.
With a 24, as you look at the photo next to the name, Greta Uschwinzer, that name means nothing to you. You've never heard it before in your life, but that face... You've seen that face before, albeit maybe the tiniest bit older. And then, in like a flash, it transposes over an echo unit that you had seen back on Akaton. And you recognize that this person's face is probably no longer attached. And you look down, that computer is the desk where this bouquet has been laid out. You get the sense that Greta Uschwinzer no longer with the company, but probably there is an echo unit with their biologics back on Akaton, when that echo had met and interacted with. But that is what you notice there. Spice, you make your way up to the second level, and Gibbs, you peek into...
Faulty operative study.
Okay. So you open the door, and the hallway beyond is only 10 feet wide and 25 feet deep. To the left, you can see a little gray and maroon desk that features an intercom, like an old-style intercom that at some point you would be able to press and probably get messages to other people. There's a little swiveling chair behind and a glass-shaded lamp. So like maroon glass shade, like an old accountant-style lamp. There's also a computer terminal for a receptionist. And you can see a pair of forensic cybernetic bays off to the left and off to the right. And the glass is frosted over. You can see on one of them, the forensics room 1, there is a badly damaged echo unit. Even from here, you can see like the flesh, the biological flesh, is curling away from the metal frame like old strips of leather. It is dried out for so long. For your medical knowledge, Gibbs, that it's dead. You've seen androids that are dead. That is a dead android. Through the frosted glass in Forensic Bay 2, you see sitting on a sort of long metal medical examination table the torso and stumps of arms and legs of an echo unit. You can see perhaps a face, although this looks a lot more intact. You don't see little strips coming away. Through the frosted glass, you can't make out much detail. But then the head shifts ever so slightly.
Ew,
and you can
gross.
see just blue lights. They're
That's
dim
horrifying.
through the frosted glass.
What a Halloween episode.
Can I So all of the evil creatures in this layer have had, if when they're bad, they've had red eyes.
You've seen blue eyes for everything
Damn.
so far.
Am I wrong?
Oh no.
It's probably not our friend. Can I? Does it see me? I mean, it knows I'm here. 'Cause
The
it's
eyes
tinted.
looked like, you know how sometimes
Yeah.
when you see like animal eyes reflecting in the darkness, you know that they're looking at you? You know that this is looking at you. Straight through the glass. This is not two-way glass, it's just frosted, and they
Definitely
see you just as much as
friends.
you see them. They don't wave, but you look, and you can see it is just a torso with stumps for limbs. It looks like maybe there are some strings or wires attached to them, but you can't really see. That is all that you
If you offered it a high five,
Can I-
what would it go for?
I'm gonna go talk to it.
You gonna open the door?
I'm gonna cautiously just sort of peek
There's
around.
no like peek around, so it is a frosted pane of glass. When you press the button, it
Oh, okay.
up, and so it's either open or shut. Binary door.
Do it.
You open it, and you see inside of it there is a echo unit, just these stumps, and you can see the arms and legs have been ripped away, and you can see the elements that would have been muscle have just debraded and kind of exploded out. It looks like a million little plastic fibers that have just ruptured out, but at one point were probably tightly wound together to make artificial muscles. Gibbs probably doesn't know a lot about like shape memory elastics, but it's like cutting edge stuff. You can see the biological part of the face. Very little is biological, but it appears to be a man of about 50, almond-shaped eyes. You can see the creases hint at kindness or a smile that is no longer present on the android form of this man. But you can see at one point this was probably somebody who smiled a lot. The arms and legs have been removed. You can see they look a little bit more primitive than the Echo that you know. But they look at you.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm looking for my friend, but you're here and probably have been here a long time. Do you know where? You probably don't. Do you need help?
What would you do to help me?
You're probably too heavy for me to carry. Do you need water? I have a granola bar.
They look at you, and you can feel they're sizing you up. There is something, especially as a Yosoki, where you feel instinctively your prey drive kind of kick in. There is something predatory about them. And when you look at
No.
their eyes, they're kind, but there is just no emotion there.
Yeah.
There is just this flat affect, which is normal for an android, but almost unnerving in this individual.
Damn it. I was hoping you'd be nice.
I know, I wanted a friend.
I know. I don't like creepy smile
And they
malicious.
say, "Who is your friend? Perhaps I can help. I have access."
Ugh. That is tempting, but I realize that we haven't run into a lot of friendly folks yet.
How
so
did you get here, Lex?
if I can do something for you, I will, but otherwise, I think I'm all set. I'm sorry.
You will be.
That's a threat.
It takes a second and then shuts. But no problem. The eyes never blink. They never leave.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just see this glowing blue from beyond, and it feels a little brighter.
Okay, as the door slides shut, I scoot a granola bar through it.
Nice.
Okay.
And then I leave.
You just torture him.
No,
Because
he
can't
obviously
get
doesn't
to
need it, but like maybe he can like roll up the table and get it someday.
Is that Oliver, by any chance?
You're not there. So, Shade,
Gibbs
you
just
leave
runs up.
that room, and you can see Spice has now come up. Bubbles, what are you doing?
I'm gonna probably watched. I want to go to Security Nexus and Core.
Okay. So you go straight ahead. to the sort of, central door. And as you open it, there is a large lift structure on the other side. Huge, in fact. You can see this is probably sized to bring down not just people, but cargo. And you can see there is only one destination. Level 88. Security Nexus / Core. You can see there are 2 nodes, both glowing green with power. This lift is ready to take. You can see, make a perception check.
Is that a 1 or a 7?
Either way, we're rocking it.
That's a fucking 1.
That's a 1.
Woo!
Okay.
It's a 1 plus 15.
That's a big ol' crit
Bubs, you
fail.
need to open your eyes to see.
And that's all you see.
Okay.
No problem. So, Spice, you go up to the second floor. You see Shade coming up. What are you doing?
I'm looking at these TVs harder.
You look harder, and while it's hard to tell, there's no red live token. You don't see, like, there's not like a little Twitch icon or anything. There's no repetition here. And it feels like this is probably live video.
Okay, so it looks like it's like body cameras almost.
It looks like it's eye cameras.
Oh, cool. Okay. And so there's 5 screens, right?
There's 3 that are currently active.
Okay.
And up here, as you look in the top one, you can see it is almost like a city that is made of old and rusted gold. The buildings seem to almost like glow with this luminescent kind of, almost like a bronze kind of hue to them. And you can see there's steam that rises up everywhere, all around. And the people that are passing by generally wear like trench coats and things that are much heavier. Make a cultures check.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
You can see breathing apparatuses on everybody here.
Oh, damn. That's not going to be as good as I want it to be. 17.
17.
I rolled a 200.
There's a lot of places that this could be. You've heard of the Belt Nexus. There are places in the mines that they have to get the gases that they need. Could look very much like this. You've never been. There's maybe a half dozen places that this could be.
Damn
Hard
it.
to tell. But you do get the sense that these are 3 different echo units, and you're seeing live feeds from each of them.
I'm going to message my team, and I'm going to just say, guys, I think I found the lift here. It says floor 88. And I'm going to ping my location on the map to everyone else so they can find me.
There's no like number on the screens of which echo units they are, right?
Nope.
None of these would be.
They could be.
Ah, fuck, it's not
It
that
could
good.
be.
765, right?
None,
899.
None are yours. None. You don't see anything that could tell you one way or another. You don't see any faces. I will say, on your previous perception check, when you saw them on Akaton, those roads, that road you know. That road is between...
Oh, so that's Greta's feed.
Yes, almost
Okay.
certainly. That is like
Yeah.
the feed from Akaton. It's from one of those 3 echo units
Yeah.
that you had all interacted with.
But the other 2 I don't know.
You're almost sure that you're looking at a Vescarium prison in one.
Yeah.
As you can see now, you look at like the row of prisoners. They've reached these dark cells. Each one, there's like 4 people crammed into. It's sized for maybe 1 person. You can see like stars through a very narrow viewpoint beyond. But you're looking at a Vest prison in space or on a space station, perhaps. Not a lot else beyond that.
And then the third one.
I would say, you know what? Make a perception check as you really squint.
Maybe one of them will look in a mirror.
Is this the feed?
Oh, natural 20! No!
No, so up in between these 2 rooms, one second, pull this up. So, in between outgoing and ingoing processing, there is a bank of 25 cameras. And this bank of, what's it called? I'm trying to remember what I call this here.
Echo monitoring?
No,
monitors?
it's the plot. So I've made a whole document just for the rest of the Mosaic plot going forward, so I can keep it all tracked. So, Spice, as you look through this, the android vision seems to clarify slightly, and you benefit from the improved android eyesight that is happening through this echo unit. And in the shadowy darkness, you make out that not everybody here is strictly humanoid. Across the hallway, through some bars, you swear that you might see Yosoki.
What?
And as it clarifies even more, for just a moment, as a big vest guard walks by and shines a flashlight in, there's no audio coming from here, but you see these scared eyes of a very large Yosoki that you would recognize as Hoagie. And you get the sense that within this place, there are not just echo units, but there seem to be some Yosoki as well, very familiar to you. And with a natural 20...
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Down the corner, there's a little bit of a commotion. You see the Yosoki turn scared, the guard turns scared. They kick, and though you don't get to see a lot of them, you can see, you've seen enough like pirates to know that there are space pirates held here as well. There's all kinds of stuff in whatever this viewport is. This is interesting.
Oh my god.
And then you see perhaps the worst thing of all. Because right there in that screen, for just a moment, you swear, as the image turns left to the other jail cell off to the left, that you see Bubbles.
What?
But the vision kind of looks down as the guard looks over, and now this echo unit is just focusing on the ground, staying out of trouble. But with that natural 20, wherever that was, a lot of interesting things.
Oh my god. Spice audibly gasps. She goes, that hurt my
Did
throat.
everyone find?
Gibbs is running out of her, like, little round, like, just like,
Gibbs, get up here!
what? Coming.
I don't know if the vision probably is looking down at the ground.
Why? That's so dark.
I just found a lift that goes.
Yes, it's the center nexus.
Yeah.
So the three of them now up there. Bubbles, you're looking up from the bottom floor.
The Hoagie!
Hoagie?
Hoagie was in there, and Bubbles was in there. I saw them. The vision of whoever this echo unit is. They're in a Viscarian prison. I saw them. Hoagie's not. He looks scared.
Did the Vesk invade Akaton after the GPF backed out? I'm just gonna do a quick check on.
Make an infosphere.
Hoagie is from Oris Bay.
Culture
you know.
check.
No,
Hoagie's
it's
from
Hoagie is from
Petrus.
But we know that the GPS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's from Petrus. Not from.
I don't think it's GPF. This was Vesk. This is a Vesk
I don't
prison.
Yeah.
Right, but didn't you say
Rentropy.
that they were on
Yeah,
Akaton?
This was happening on
Rentropy
Akaton,
is-
yes.
Really?
Drow.
Drow, which is best.
No, sorry. The Vesk prison, that is one video screen.
Those are two different
Akaton,
races.
other
Yeah.
video
Okay.
screen.
No, I got that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
The best prison scene is a flying prison bar.
Seems to be, you can see space in the background, so
yeah,
probably.
Okay, and Hoagie's
Maybe
on.
just a really nice
and
night
Hoagie's
sky
on
up
the
in the
prison
high
barge.
elevation
Okay.
mountain.
And Hoagie's on the Vesk one. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And also Bubbles.
Bubbles, space pirates. Yeah.
Is the footage still there? Can we see this?
You can. It's just looking at the ground, and you can see what you recognize as echo like feet. They are, shoed and stuff, but you can see almost exactly the same as every echo unit you've come across. They're pretty detailed because this kind of twisted muscle fiber, it's proprietary to Pallades rock. You don't see this in many other places. It's like a elastic polymer that can actually use electricity to contract, much like a real muscle. And so that tells you this is an echo unit. Okay. You see nothing but like the feet. They seem to be looking down, and with no perception check needed, they are like keeping their head down because something is happening up in front.
Can you rewind it? Can you rewind it?
These are
I saw them.
Bub is gonna jetpack to their level and go. Saw who?
We need.
I saw Miles. I saw you. Oddly enough.
Spice, please calm down.
I swear, I'm not lying.
I don't believe that you're lying, but there's nothing we can do about that right now.
I have to
We
get
need
off
to
this
help
godforsaken
Echo.
asteroid and go help them.
We need to help Echo.
One rescue mission at a time.
You're right. But God, they're all together.
Bub thinks this is just for attention.
Taunt.
Phenomenal.
Gibbs sees the sincerity and believes it wholeheartedly.
No worries.
She would do that for attention, though. I saw everybody from your backstory.
And I'm pretty sure they all said I was really pretty.
And they said that they hated all of you because you didn't help them.
And they said, how dare you break up with me?
I swear, I heard it.
What's
I
going to
can
happen
read
to you if you keep this up?
Bubs Miles said that you're an idiot for breaking up with me. And we're going on a date next week.
What's going to happen when you
After I break him out of prison, he's
You beat my
mine.
twin, I swear to God.
So speaking of, Bubbles has pinged the location of this lift.
Oh, and I saw this guy that had no arms and no legs, but he was really sketchy.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how sometimes you like get into a room and you know everyone's been talking about you? It's like that kind of feeling where he probably would have strangled me if he had arms or legs. Or even really honestly, one set.
Can you bring me to them?
Why? And you want to...
Okay, but it's really, really scary.
They probably got their arms and legs ripped off because they couldn't be handled.
Why do we want to...
Yeah, why?
If someone is here and they could use our help, they may be of use to us as well.
He didn't want anything from me.
You
Not
can't
that I-
feel the maliciousness oozing off out of that room.
But, you know, I'll trust your empathy.
Yeah,
Let's go.
You're the captain, but as a person, I don't like anything with extra limbs.
It doesn't have extra limbs, it's got
It
not
has
enough.
minus limbs.
Minus I trust that even less.
Okay, I'll go there with you.
Okay. Gibbs, you lead people. Is everybody going?
Straight up
Yeah, I'm not
trap.
gonna be left with
like
No.
to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spice
Like,
like
go down
doesn't
and
want to
up the
go,
ramp.
but
We're
then
going towards the central elevator to go down.
Yeah,
to
you have to
88,
walk down
but,
the little ramp, and
I
then it's
think
just
we're gonna
right off to
see
the
it
right.
there
Oh, I left
as
your
we go
granola
past.
bar there.
So yeah, you open the door. The granola bar is still on the floor.
I don't
Nobody's
want to
touched
open
it.
the door yet.
Okay.
I
Well,
wanna
no,
look
just
through
to
it.
the area.
Oh yeah.
And you can see the two forensic labs. You can see the frosted glass, and as it opens, you can see from the frosted glass these two glowing blue eyes, similar to Echo's, a little bit more squared, and they just kind of stare through the frosted glass directly ahead. It feels exactly like Gibbs said, like they were talking about you before you got there, and you just walked in right in the middle. Yes.
I'm going to be casting Detect Thoughts on Gibbs so I can hear whatever is being said
Okay.
without being there.
No problem. Straight voyeurism. What are you doing?
I'm gonna be.
Gibbs, you interacted with them. What exactly did you say?
I said, hi, is there anything I can do to help you? I don't think I said my name. Maybe I did. But anyways, they said, what could you do to help me? And I said, and I said, do you know where my friend is? And then he said, who's your friend? And then I
Staying focused on them to make sure they're not doing anything.
They're just staying really focused on you.
And then I thought, ooh, you know who wouldn't like it if I said who I was looking for? The person I'm looking for. So then I didn't. I shut it up real good. So then I said, is there anything I can do? Do you want food or water? And then they said, you're going to be sorry. But they said it like, you're going to be sorry. But like, you know, despite having no affect, it was a lot of affect.
This is an echo unit looking at it, seeing the blue,
Yeah,
obviously.
for sure. You don't see any arms or legs. You can see like twisted spindles coming
agree
off
with
the
that.
stumps, but just kind of a body and a head.
I don't want to, like, exocortex into this echo unit because that's invasive, but I do want to see, is there, like, a terminal within that room? Because we're not supposed to go into the forensics lab. So...
This isn't the forensic lab.
No, he's just definitely.
Faulty
This is the
operative
forensics
study.
lab.
Definitely
See
says
Forensic
that
Bay 1 and
forensic labs-
Forensic Bay 2 within the faulty operative study. This is probably what Echo is talking about.
He said it multiple times, and you go in
I
there,
literally wrote it down.
and I was like, and someone repeated it too.
Yeah, no, sorry. I really...
Gibbs, you were not supposed to go in there. But it is good that you didn't say anything else.
I will say your exocortex does not pick up any computers within that room. There is a smaller terminal in the other forensic bay. That seems to be plugged into something, and it is broadcasting a very low-level power signal. But aside from that, no terminals within either of those two bays.
becomes an ally.
Do you think there's anything worth saying?
Is there any indication of what unit batch this Echo might be?
You would need to. You are not familiar enough with Echo units to really know that.
We were told
We
the
know
number.
it's 0. It's
Zero,
like-
zero, zero, 18. We know
Oh,
that.
this is
And
this
that would
is
mean, like,
okay. So this
one
is
of-
the first.
That would be real early.
It's
yeah.
not Oliver,
Echo told
is
you
it?
this.
Just looking I
Through
don't
the
see
frosted
that,
glass,
yeah.
hard to tell.
I think we were told it was really old, too.
Yeah.
Echo told you this in a message.
Oh, so maybe I didn't know. I don't remember.
We should keep moving. There's nothing we can do here.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think Shade would know about. Yeah, Shade wouldn't have heard the conversation that Echo had with the.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, we're going.
right.
Shade's going.
To the Bubbles room with the elevator.
Just.
All you hear in Gibbs's thoughts is a lot of like her trying to recap
Make a
things,
fortitude
but
save.
it's a little puppet show of her telling Shade something, and like she's trying to piece it together, and then like scary monster. It's all
26.
picture book.
Yeah, so Spice was like eating popcorn and chuckling. She goes,
Yeah.
As a reaction, Hultex is also going to make a computer's check.
Oh shit. Yeah.
His isn't high enough either. So for a brief moment, you feel this telepathic probe, similar to the way that Echo can wirelessly communicate. And you hear, it's you. I've seen your memories. I've seen you, but not you.
I'm gonna turn back to the door. Walk over there.
Okay.
Which door? To the forensic lab?
Yeah.
"Oh, you're taking the bait?"
I'm not opening the door yet. Can I exocortex respond?
Yeah.
What do you know?
They say,
Trap.
I have a memory from an Echo unit that I repossessed. I will give you this memory. You are in it. You must take me below.
Why?
Make a diplomacy check.
I can't help you because I already used it today.
It also may not be the kind of thing that you want to use the.
Comedic.
Yeah, comedic timing.
But
That was a joke.
Diplomacy is really bad for me. As usual, that's a 5.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, that's bleak for Starfinder. That's like
Yeah,
rolling a 1.
That's like rolling a 5.
I would like to recover my limbs.
Why would your limbs be on the lower levels?
Because I have repossessed 73 Echo units in my time. There is no creature in this facility that could contain me. And the creatures in this facility are not well behaved.
What would happen to the other Echo units?
They would be repossessed.
Is there a way I can, like, shut this guy off?
You look at them, much like any Echo
Murder.
unit, they have a brain. They have a brain stem that attaches to a central nervous system. And if you can shut that off, you can shut them off. Turning them back on, not really an option. It's a hard restart, and it would probably utilize like a blade or a pistol.
What would stop me from killing you right now?
They look at you and they said, nothing.
I will not help you.
Very well.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay, you leave. The eyes just stare at you. That's all.
I'm going down to the next floor.
Okay. The rest of you just see that whole interaction, and then Shay just turns around and leaves. Is anybody else doing anything? Or are you following him?
Oh, that guy's
Spice like does this as we walk by because she doesn't want to like make eye contact with the freaky
No
being.
worries. You make your way
I'll
out.
follow.
Okay. You all make your way back to the lift where Bubbles had originally marked off that there was a space. Can everybody make a perception check as you behold this lift that Bubbles said was safe and empty and leads to level 88?
Oh, you lying.
23.
31.
Okay.
17 plus.
You already rolled, Bubbles.
dirty 20.
Oh, I did?
20.
Yeah, I did.
So, Spice and Gibbs, the two of you, as you look at this elevator, you can tell that there are segments to the wall that can be removed because of the sort of way that the different panels have been laid. You can't tell which ones will move and which ones won't. But for you, Shade, you can see that 5 of them in particular will move. And each, as you kind of feel that kind of vibration in your pocket again, is sized to fit one of those sort of tokens that you had received from Echo. You don't get the sense, looking at those with a 31, that these are required to make the lift work. The lift has power, both terminals are green, you can probably just go. With a 31, you get the sense that there are maybe some, they've purposely been designed so that this is a seamless wall, but there are perhaps lights that can turn on and would maybe have symbology to tell you what these different slots would do. With the 31, you can't differentiate where the light begins and the wall ends. The lights are not currently active, and so you can't really tell what these things do. Make a computers check, or make an engineering check, we'll say.
That's called.
And are you pointing this out to anybody?
Yeah, before we like go down to the lower levels, there's something strange about this panel.
Some of the walls move.
That's
Can I just do this to the walls?
Yeah.
Physically touch it?
engineering.
Feel the different little panels.
30.
With the dirty 30, you get the sense that each one of these will likely change the state of the room when you enter it. Probably better to change more states, but you only have one token.
What do you mean change state of the room? Like
That's-
change...
So, like, when Shade thinks about it, Shade gets a sense, like, diagram of a mechanism. When you put a token in one, the mechanism will switch one point of its terminal from, like, A to B, and something will change in the room. That could be, like, in an ice cream maker, the vanilla becomes chocolate.
It's basically like a breadboard. Like
Microtransaction for breathable air, microtransaction for...
Yeah, I'm
So
nervous
seeing
about
what
that.
you-
terminal.
Given what you have seen about Blades Rock, there's probably some truth to that. You get the sense that the more of these that you fill, the easier your time will be when you arrive.
Is there like any visual, as someone who's a visual person, like is it like, so it is a breadboard?
So
Not
right now it is a
exactly.
blank wall,
Here.
and you
Okay.
can see there are different sort of like panels that make up the wall. Like you would see any like just like kind of standard sized steel panels that have been made into like a grid to make the wall itself.
Yeah.
You can see 5 of those panels open, and they're small. They're like sized so that one of the tokens that Echo has could fit in.
Yep.
And those are all right
Like
in
a
a row.
slot?
Very much like a slot, but it's closed. These are like seamless, and you get the sense that these will like push out. They're designed so that like Gibbs, for instance, couldn't like get their little claws in and pull them open.
Okay.
They're like flush, perfectly machined flush with the door.
Got it.
So you can't really see them, save for the fact that Shade has pointed out this mechanism, and it's so perfectly flush with the wall.
Those,
There's
like in
likely
a wall.
lights that are part of that metal. It looks like pure metal, but when the lights turn on, suddenly there'll just be a symbol right above.
And so it's like a keypad next to a door.
It's like a perfectly machined wall that has.
But the door's not in the
little-
wall, right?
No, so this is an elevator,
Yeah.
and you can see a button that you press, and you'll go down to level 88.
Okay.
These 5 slots seem optional, and because you haven't really gotten any closer, nothing has changed about them.
Okay.
You imagine, similar to many of the other things, you remember the doors that you've gone through, when you get close enough with a token, perhaps something will happen. But right now, there is no lights that are visible.
Spice was able to make.
Can I use my
fake
flashlight?
items.
Oh, we already tried it. I can't make a fake...
Can't make a fake.
Can I use my
one.
flashlight in my suit to
Spice can
illuminate
make
the
fake
light?
shit?
Yeah, you can. So, Bubbles, you take the flashlight on your suit and you shine it. At first, there's nothing, but you do see a little bit of a difference in the
Makes
texture.
shit disappear.
And when you take the flashlight and hold it at an angle, it catches into the glass that would kind of differentiate the metal from the light, and you can see the symbol clearly. The first symbol
Okay.
looks like a cannon, like an old-fashioned cannon The second symbol appears to be a lightning bolt. The third symbol appears to be just arcs of lightning bolts coming off of a central sort of little stick. The fourth one, you see a sign almost like the international sign for drone. It is like a very basic sort of drone. The fifth symbol, I would say you have only ever seen this symbol in one place, and it was inscribed into the partially broken keypad of the teleportation circuit that you had all used to get here.
Yeah.
And so those symbols seem to be attached to what putting a token into these slots will affect in some way. You would imagine, similar to what Spice had said, based on how Pallades, or what Gibbs had said, based on how Pallades Rock works, these are probably dangerous things that you can opt to turn off.
So, like, lightning bolts probably rubberizes the track or something. Like,
The arc of lightning is like a Tesla coil,
So
probably.
Bubs will probably he'll
drones
like
are
take a
probably
picture
drones.
of the lights in front of him, and he'll like go on like infosphere like editor, and he'll like draw out the symbols in like photo editor and like send it to everyone in the group chat.
You all get this message, and when you click it, there's a brief 5-second like ad that you have to get through because it was a free photo editor. The first thing that Bubbles could find.
Yeah, fine.
But then there is like the little symbols, and you can see these symbols.
I have one token.
Yes.
Would there be a way to like figure out how this token creates whatever like connection it needs to trigger these slots and like replicate it in such a way as to disable multiple with just the one, or like kind of fake them out to think that they're all full?
There's no mechanism to interact with to really like research or look at the programming of, and within the
If I, like,
token
bring
itself,
the token near the things, do they
you
open
can.
up or
So
anything?
if you get to the door and you hold it, nothing happens. Because of how deep this elevator is, you get the sense that you'd have to be aboard. And there's something
Oh.
that tells you
I thought we were already on it.
no. So like
Oh,
you're
okay.
standing at the door. There's something that tells you that should you get aboard,
It's
it
just
will
gonna
probably
go.
yeah.
It's gonna
And so this is very much designed so that if you don't have enough tokens, you'll be forced to make a decision on the way down.
Okay.
Likely, if those slots do open up, it will happen once the elevator's in motion.
Okay.
So you can't. It's not like a little like quarter slot that you can like
But you
put a
think any
coin
of this
on
is
and
worth-
string.
Right.
Take it
worth
back.
one
Like that idea,
one of
then.
Echo's precious tokens.
No! Let's
These
fight the
tokens.
cannon and the bolts and the other bolts and the drone and the teleport. Keep that token.
The only worth of these tokens right now is in hastening our ability to help Echo. If we can somehow make this token work for all 5, that will make our situation easier when we have to go down and deal with whatever is going to affect us.
Do we have to, can we move them around?
You don't know, but the last time that you saw one of these things that looked like it had an opening bottom, so it would like take the token, you get the sense that they will be lost by putting them in here.
So there's only 5, right?
Correct.
And you put the token into one of the slots?
Correct.
So,
So we can only choose one.
well, I get what you're saying about
Currently, yes.
duplicating it, but you don't think that they have safeguards that would make it worse if they realize this whole place runs on the ability to control people by not being allowing access to this currency other than through the means designed.
That is a very likely outcome, which is why before we enter, we need to see if this is even an option.
That makes sense.
You can make a computer's check using the wireless cord.
Like, is it giving off like a
Exocortex.
frequency or something to the...
It's not a frequency. It's an internal system. You can connect to the system. It's not meant to really be interfaced with. So like you're parsing code and trying to determine what that means.
I'll pop out a fake token.
Okay. Pop out a fake token. Nothing seems to happen.
Yeah, just to give you
So a piece
inspiration.
falls off.
40.
A 40. With a 40,
Fake token.
there is a proprietary metal that you have never heard of, and when you look at it, it's certainly a star metal. It's not or calcium or any of the stuff that you've interacted with, but you get the sense that this is an incredibly rare metal that would make duplicating this very tough. Because of that, you would need to find genuine tokens to likely use more of these slots. What I will say is with that 40, you get the sense that what Gibbs is saying is very true. Should you try to use one and trigger the kind of failsafe, no matter what you do, all of the countermeasures that are down there will be active.
It would be incredibly difficult to replicate these without the proper star metals. Our best course of action is to choose one to utilize.
But what if there's a door downstairs and we still need the token?
Right.
Like, the door is not blocked, it's just how hard it is to get through the door right
At
now.
a certain point, we will likely need to go beyond what we are intended to see. Tokens will not matter.
But this token,
Yeah, but this token-
door has an alternative cost that I am willing to pay
Right.
to save the token. There might be a door that there is no alternative cost to pay because they just expect anyone at that level and ability to have a token already, or a plethora of tokens of which it's not even a decision when to spend.
Gibbs, make a sense motive check. As you say these things, there's a lot of truth to what you're saying.
Sense motive?
Yeah.
32.
And you realize that since you've traveled to level 45, most of these small doors that you've passed through have just opened for you. There was one that Shade had to get close to open, but you're sort of at a level where you're sort of thought to have some access. You were able to just print out a stainless steel mug of chicken noodle soup that was high quality, and that takes access. You had seen in the level up above, the canteen was like very strictly kind of tiered. That, nothing. You could do whatever you want. And so this tells you that there's some level of that you're already at. You would imagine that deeper than this, there probably is no tokens that you need.
Or maybe they assume you already need it. You already have it. I guess we could spend it. What's this bottom one? I didn't even write down what it looked like, because...
The teleportation
Bubbles.
circle.
Oh, is that what it looks like?
Can you shine the flashlight again?
Bubs will shine the flashlight again.
Yeah, and you can see the symbols that look like the teleportation sigils that you saw attached to the machine that was broken, that you had to kind of like attach to a bunch of other stuff to make work.
Is there anything around here that maybe we're missing?
What are the 5 countermeasures, as it were, that we're seeing the tokens?
You see what
Cannon,
looks like an
like
old-fashioned cannon, an electrical symbols going around a central pillar. You see what looks like the international symbol for a drone, and then you see the teleportation sigils.
Can
So
I?
5.
Like, sense motive, which of these might be the most dangerous? Like, do I think that these are ordered in lethalness?
Not ordered in lethalness. You get the sense that one probably will activate a cannon,
Right.
something that will actively shoot at all of you.
Right.
You get the sense that at least 2 of these have to do with electricity. One seems to be one more direct current. The other one seems to be a little bit more of a roundabout, maybe alternating current.
Mm-hmm.
And then the drone will probably activate a drone that will likely not be friendly to you. The teleportation one's interesting. That could mean a lot of different things. But what would be really interesting and probably very inconvenient would be if it just kind of started randomly teleporting things in the room around.
Teleportation one looks super sketchy. I'm saying if we're gonna spend it, maybe that one's the one to spend it on.
Well, is it? But what happens if we get teleported off this asteroid?
Yeah, why don't we don't want to do that?
Right. So why,
Bad.
right. So why would we choose teleportation?
Oh, this is to prevent it. We're
Yeah.
paying to not do these things.
Oh.
Yeah. No, the cost is, like, the cost to park in this parking garage is...
Okay.
You
You have
get
to
lightning
fight all of
bolted,
them
yeah.
except for.
There's
Okay.
electricity and like what is essentially like a Tesla coil with electricity.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between those. Probably one is like a
What's that
wireless.
spray we had that gave us like protection against elemental damage? We had a spray.
You did. It was
It's probably like that hallway with the grid or something. The electrical grid.
Shade gave us some of the spray. It was
Yeah, what was in these
Environmental
field?
spray.
yeah, I think it was environmental spray.
Everyone Google environmental spray.
It was I don't remember what it was. You'd have to look at the Discord for that one. That's a deep cut. But yeah, that is something that may be helpful in this scenario.
From Shade, he did not.
What's in his thing?
It was in the
Environmental map,
field
allergy
kit.
pods, energel pellets, portable condensers, buoyancy packs. Hazmat synth sleeve?
Yes.
Does that sound
I think
right?
that's
I
no.
don't
That's
think
that's
so.
just for the sleeve to
No,
pick
it's like-
stuff up.
Stomach tab.
It's like a super
meteorological reader.
Synth
maintenance
spray.
kit.
synth spray. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have that in my inventory, just to be like...
Mine says synth sleeve, but maybe I spelled it wrong because I heard it wrong.
Maybe.
Oh, no, it is the sleeves. It's hazmat synth sleeves.
Oh, hazmat
Level
synth.
1. This is something that you can put
It's for-
onto your
just for
arms
the
and
arms.
hands.
Yeah.
We
It's a
get
full
spray at
action,
some
and then the polymer
Yeah,
lasts
no,
for
we
1
don't.
hour before.
While
freezing.
coated, you gain 10 resistance to acid, cold, electricity, and fire damage, as well as immunity to contact poisons, drugs, and other toxins.
Okay, I'll throw that on. That sounds nice.
One canister has enough liquid polymer for 10 applications.
Yeah, we don't remember where we got it. I know we had it and we used it.
It says from shade.
From Shade.
Yeah.
It's also very cheap. It's like 30 each, so it makes sense you could have bought.
I can
Each of
literally
you has
like.
a can, and I believe.
What do you guys think I'm
one of you
making
used
in the
it
fucking
twice,
engineering bay all the
and then
time?
each of the rest of you have used it once.
I make you guys
I
stop.
believe
all the
Bubbles has
time.
used it several times.
Yeah, I used it multiple times.
Well, I have enough in mine.
Also, I could be making like cans and cans of that in the engineering room
But
all
you
the
don't.
time. You don't know. You never visit.
Can
Go in
I?
there, there's just gallons of
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, wow, what a good idea. Look at this neat thing we have. I'm going to spray mine on my
Look at this.
feet.
Look at this side hustle she has.
on your feet. And as you do, it comes out like spider webs, but they line themselves up and become a little bit more organized. And in the end, it's almost like it looks like an insect wing. It's a little bit see-through. They're like these little veiny things, but it hardens into like an acrylic.
Nice.
And you absolutely have all the effects of synth sleeves on your feet.
Oh, I'm gonna try to grab some of that like leftover. You know when someone like has bug spray and you try to get into like the spray?
Yeah, sure, no
I was
problem.
just gonna try to get in the
You
spray.
just get little sparkles on you, and you have to fill most of it in, but no problem.
I help you with a complete application. if
Each of you
choose.
apply synth sleeve onto your arms and in some cases
Bubs like
legs.
leans down so you can get the ball of his
there you
head.
go, okay.
Because you gotta get the head when you're.
No problem. So you have 10 resistance
Resistance
to acid,
10.
cold, electricity, and fire damage.
What does that mean? Resistance 10?
Yeah.
That means the first 10 damage you don't take.
Oh, dope.
So, you are now coated in this stuff.
Cool. We all are.
You all are.
All right. Cool.
Thank you for remembering synth.
Is everyone ready?
That's what
Notes, my man.
I knew it was like something spray.
It's likely that we'll be dealing with at least drones, a Faraday cage.
I feel like the floor is going to be lava, and as the smallest person, I feel like I should have a backpack seat.
No, you can get on my shoulders.
Nice!
You jump up onto Bubbles' shoulders. Bubbles, you know how it forgives.
Spice jumps onto Shade just shoulders. Just kidding. She doesn't do that. She looks at Shade and goes,
Oh, heel text. Did you want any of
oh
it?
yeah, he'll text.
Jack shakes his head and he says, "Clarification. That will confer no additional benefits to me."
Okay.
He already has damage resistance 10.
Oh.
So,
As soon as we enter the elevator, we need to be prepared for what will be below. Our main objective is getting Echo back.
Fishbowl.
Enter.
okay,
Yeah.
you enter.
Put on
Shade,
my
as you
suit.
enter, the elevator opens up 5 compartments, and you can see each one would take a token, and the elevator begins to descend.
Teleport.
Yeah, I put the token into the
You put it in, and
Oh, we
almost
can't wait till the last moment.
I guess
immediately you can just hear this as it opens the bottom and just suctions it in. You can see the teleportation symbol lights up, and you can hear teleportation ray disabled,
Oh.
and you drop. The elevator moves quite fast. It's smooth, but you can definitely feel the momentum as it to the bottom. You can feel the blood or hydraulic fluid that is within your systems kind of settle down for just a moment. There is a moment of lightheadedness. And then the door opens. With a visual perspective.
Yay! Here we go.
Well,
Bring out that
miniatures.
battle map. I want to fight
Everybody makes
electricity.
guys, we made it down the elevator.
You did. It only took the first half of the set.
Echo would
Wait,
be so
nothing
proud.
bad happened? We haven't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
just a
when we
matter
get
of
down
time.
there. Now we're gonna have to go through the security.
We're gonna have to fight a monster with all those
Because
four things.
it's security nexus, then the stuff that we need to go to. So the security nexus.
I thought
is the
it was
stuff
all
that
going to
we
happen
need
in
to
the
get
elevator.
through.
That's why I wanted to be on Bubs'
too.
shoulders.
No.
I thought the floor was literally going to just turn
No,
to electricity.
we are going security nexus into.
Holy
the next-
cow! This is a huge.
I just Charlie horsed myself.
I think it's like security nexus to the core,
I got it.
and there might be the office, like the security office in between.
Oh wow, Joe! I've never seen you put these in the middle.
We're like going into
Who
the
is
off
this
limits
bad
sectors.
bitch up here?
Probably
That's scary.
security officer Echo,
Why
you can
is she
see-
flying?
because she's gonna
As the
stalk
door
our day.
opens, It is just the 10 feet directly in front of this little fan-like thing, and you can just see this kind of metal wall in front of you that ends, and then behind it there are these 2 towering stacks. Beyond, you can see there are 8 metal pillars that rise up above the central structure, and they crackle with electricity all around them. You can see that there are just these elements of kind of, around those. Yeah. You can see in the very back those 6 kind of smokestacks. Those go up and up and up and into the ceiling. Those are pipes that just kind of go up. You can see there are some more off and to the right. There are shipping containers and things off and to the left, but immediately off and to the left, you can all see a very, very sleek-looking Echo unit. You can see almost exactly like Echo this one is, except you can see they seem to have a little bit of a different armament. And I would say Shade and Gibbs, the 2 of you can see off and to the left behind that Echo unit, there's a much larger one that seems to be a little bit more sturdy, kind of lurking in the corner. And then I would say Gibbs, for you, your bottle kind of tugs off to the right as you sense another mystic off and somewhere in the distance. But because we are at 8:11, we're going to step away for a quick break. And then when we come back, as the auto gun off and to your left begins to charge up for its shot, we can roll for initiative.
Oh, shit.
We'll be back in just a little bit.
First one was.
We'll see you when the timer goes down.
Space. Echo.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us for Starfinder. If you stuck with us through the break, you know what's good. We're playing Starfinder. There's things happening. If not, we're getting into some Starfinder combat. And actually, as all of you open the door with the crackling electricity beyond, and as the autocannon to your left begins to spin up, everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative.
All right, spice dice. Actually, I don't want to use spice dice for a natural 20.
And we're rolling here.
Ooh, that was close, but it wasn't.
I don't like getting that 20s on initiative.
It's also bad for me. I actually prefer it.
One again?
Damn, you gotta retire that for a bit.
No, that's the only dice I can use.
Oh, wait,
Die
I'm on
has been
initiative.
cast.
I need
Die has been cast.
Joe, please. I need a resolution to Aka's story so that I can get rid of that die one way or
Joe,
another.
don't you dare.
I need.
I mean,
I literally bought you
free
2
it.
sets of dice.
This
2
curse-
sets of
this
bubble
curse-
dice that are
anybody
low.
natural 20.
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
believe that dice.
Anybody 30 to 25.
Just,
Anybody 25 to
just
20.
lucky.
22.
22 for Shade. Anybody sitting at a 20 to 15.
I got a 16.
15 for Spice.
Where's his electricity? Right there.
All right. 15 to 10.
14.
14 for Gibbs.
Okay.
Bubbles, you joining us?
I'm at 1, remember?
Oh, Bubbles. Okay.
I think I passed you my pencil. Matt, do you have my
Where's
pencil?
fuel text?
So the way that this works out,
Thank you.
the opposing combat echo team will be going on initiative order 27. We are going to be having the proto echoes go on initiative order 23. We are going to be having Shade go at 22, then Spice, then Gibbs, then Fueltex, then Bubbles, and that is the way that the initiative order crumbles. As you have all disabled the teleportation, initiative order 20 layer actions have been canceled.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted?
I'm
We did some good work as a team.
And that brings us to the top of the order to the various echo units. So I'll just do, there's 3 that are kind of named, and then there's the proto echoes. Oh, give me 1 second here. Okay. So first we are starting off with our Elite Covert Combat Arcane unit.
Ooh, arcane unit. Is that this lady?
That certainly is.
Nice.
So they are going to turn out and from where they are witness the door open up. Who's in the front of the door?
I think probably me.
I would agree. Let me adjust the names.
So she
I was
going
probably
to
next to Shade
hover forwards.
because I am also like a
Shield
leader.
text in the back.
Flying. Yes.
Here's Echo.
We bought shield techs out.
Yeah, we put shield text out.
Take
You got a
him.
bad initiative.
He's not even that strong.
Yes, he is.
He's like a cleric or
He's
something.
a wimp.
He's probably the
All right,
strongest
From up
of all of
above
us.
this floating, glowing android, you can see very similar to an Echo unit, but where the legs would normally be, you can see this billowing garment, and underneath there is just this hovering kind of jet engine that is keeping them propelled and up. And from here, you can hear suddenly this wireless message broadcast across all of you. Your communicators flip on, and you can hear their voice through the communicators as they say, "Warning." And can I have, we're going to say Shade, Spice, and Gibbs. Could you all please make,
I'm on Bubs.
that's
Oh,
right.
oh my
Alright.
god.
That's
Please
great.
make-
I forgot.
1 second here. Da-da-da-da.
We're not tethered though, notably.
Yes, it's one of the very few times that you're not.
Yes.
Can you please make for me a will save, please?
Is it mind affecting?
It is.
Oh, hey, okay.
Good luck.
That's really good for old Shade.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
30. No. Yes.
30 something is.
Yeah, it's like 33.
24 is a meets it, beats it. And so that is
Damn.
Gibbs. You take 45 points of non-lethal bludgeoning damage as they cast Wave of Warning, and this psychic broadcast spreads across. In addition, Gibbs, as you fail,
Damn.
could you please roll a d6 for me, please?
Yikes.
6.
6?
Yep.
You are shaken for 5 rounds.
Damn.
Oh dear.
This runs across all of you, and then following those words, warning, you can hear, you have entered a restricted zone. You will be terminated. That is the Elite Covert Combat Arcane unit. That brings us to the Elite Covert Combat Assaulter. From the back, they are going to charge up their legs and then move their full standard speed.
What the fuck?
And then from there, it's only 20 feet. But as they move, it is. And as they round the corner, standing nearly 9 feet tall, this huge automaton, you can see there is a real face, there is real shoulders and a torso, but those are just kind of scraps hanging amongst this frame. And as they move around, you can see their gear just begins to charge up. You can see armor plates begin to shift and push out through the flesh as they get stronger. And Bubbles, you see somebody who is similar to you in a lot of ways. This is a fighter almost certainly, but from this range, they cannot see. You can see on their back a massive hammer. You can see it is powered by rocket engines. This thing is huge. It is unwieldy, but they keep that on their back. They put both fists forwards, and you see 2 submachine guns just pop out from under their wrists, and they are going to fire at you, Shade, just 2 shots. And Shade, the low one.
Is he bald too?
He is. The low one is going to be a 29 against her KAC.
Yeah, they all hit.
Okay. So, this individual opens up with these submachine guns underneath their arms. Shade. The first one is going to be 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 17.
Yeah.
Yep. And the next one is 20 points of piercing damage. As it just starts spraying bullets across the space, they ricochet in the chamber behind you. But that is all that they can do. That brings us to Echo 80,000. So this Echo is going to take a standard move action.
How many Echo units are there?
There are 3 and then
Three
proto
named and a
echo
few
units.
protos.
So 3 proto echoes and then 1
No.
lady.
3 like lieutenant echoes, and then proto echoes, which are just like the more hive-like ones
the
that we've
fake.
faced.
How many are there?
We don't know how many.
She's going to step directly
we only
in
know
front
about
of
the 3
you.
right
Shane.
now.
All of a sudden, from one side, you see that Echo unit darts up, leaps in a single bound, and as they cross through these chambers where there is just electricity arcing out all over, it just licks across their body, completely unharming them, and they land on the other side. They skid and then rush over forwards, and they end up directly in front of you. Shade, can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
I can do that.
1, 2, 3. Oh, the proto echoes?
Yeah, there should be 3.
3 named characters.
1, 2.
3.
25.
With a 25,
This is mine.
they
Okay.
rush up, and you can see as their
Shit.
arm moves, there is a blade that just teleports into existence in their hand. And in that moment, they just blink out of existence, and the strike is coming from the other side of you, just 3 feet over. But they are so quick. They are faster than Echo. And you fall for the strike attack.
Damn.
That is going to be a 38 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Uh-oh.
First, Shade. From the blade itself, you take 32 points of slashing damage, plus...
Echo's never going to be
Plus I'm
saved.
gonna bleed.
Echoes, we're just going to
No,
die.
no. This is the trick attack.
Oh, fuck.
Ew, boo.
13, 25, 26, 27,
They're an operative.
27 points of piercing damage. As the blade first pierces you, and then it is like it becomes real and whole while it's already past your armor. This Spectre Blade, this is even more powerful than the ones that you've seen in the past. You get the sense that this probably has a ability to just teleport straight past armor in certain circumstances. But this slashes across, and then...
No, and then what? No! Those motherfucks.
That is all that Echo can do. The only Echo that has issued any kind of verbal statements has been the one that sent that wave of warning out. But that is all 3 of those Echoes. That bring us to the Proto Echoes.
Wait, so there's 3 different types.
You're so fucked.
Yeah, we're
Not looking great.
So they're gonna have to take a full action dash, and actually, you can pass through. So full action dash. These two will rush up.
Any chance?
This looks so pretty, though, I have to say.
If we're gonna die.
Yeah, if we're gonna die, like, yeah, this is
I've always
gorgeous.
said I don't want people to die on a land map. Okay, so they rush. 2 of them rush forwards. You can hear other footsteps that just thud on the metal decks beyond. You can hear that there are individuals still within that structure, but they seem to be taking up defensive positions at the doors. These 2 rush up and block the door. You can see flesh hanging off, but they are there. That is all that these can do. That brings us to Shade. Spice, you're on deck.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Now let's do it.
Yeah, okay, so, Exocortex action, I'm going to Amplified Glitch just this one.
Okay.
I don't even know, bro.
And then I am going to
Figure it out.
Run.
jump
Real?
jets. Oh, these are the electricity.
Disengage. Disengage.
Okay. I'm gonna Amplified Glitch this one.
Okay.
And then, depending on that result, I'm either gonna go after her or him.
Okay, go ahead.
Look at your eye.
Alright,
It's
so
gonna
the
punch
Amplified Glitch is a computer's check. DC is 15 plus 1 per target, 1 plus 1.5 the CR.
Okay.
I got
It's
one thing I
not
can
gonna
do.
cut it, I think. It's a 28.
That is not high enough, unfortunately. You try to amplify the glitch, but the blue eyes are drawn towards you, and you can see there is just the ever so slight dimming, which is almost like the Android version of narrowing eyes.
Alright, and then as a move action,
Give you
I'm gonna
evasion when you have to over top of it.
actually,
Gives you
I
cover.
guess I'm just gonna
You can't attack
full action attack this one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say
It's kind of expensive.
focus on taking out the arcane. Bubs, get up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No,
You
Bubbles?
can fly.
No.
He can fly. Plus,
Okay.
they typically aren't good at close range, and Bubs is. It's the
Yeah,
off
but
type
if it's
thing.
like a
You
fortitude
also know
Got
from
off,
Gibbs, when there is a melee person like in your range and you cast spells, it's usually not the best. So
Yeah.
having somebody right up there definitely has some benefits.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Yes,
so the first attack is going to be. Sorry, my sheet's all fucking. First attack
Yeah.
is going to be a 28 to hit.
28 is a hit.
Nice.
Die.
And that's going to be
This is against this is 80,000. Sorry, 28 against which?
28 against KAC.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
All right, second attack. That's lower.
Okay, so here as you swing, you are unable to strike. You get really close with that hit, but it just kind of skimps off,
40.
pulls the paint off the armor. This armor that this Echo is wearing is pretty substantial. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
Damn,
Fuck.
I'm probably gonna go down.
That is
Yeah.
your turn.
Bleeding.
That brings us to
It's Spice's turn.
Spice. Gibbs, you're on deck.
All right. So Spice, watching her friends go down like fucking, go down like flies. That doesn't make any sense. Get swatted like flies. I don't know. Bleak situation. Is it too clogged up, or can I get around these people?
You can push through shade, and the only space available is to the right of that creature.
Right here?
Other side.
Oh,
Yeah,
over here.
right there. That's the only place that you can kind of squeeze
And
through
this
the door frame.
is like a Proteco.
Yeah, that's right next
those
to
are
you.
the-
All right.
Is that where you're moving?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you stand there, it's an interesting choice of places to stand.
Why?
You step, and you could already hear the autocannon charging up, but when
Oh,
you step on
God,
that spot,
fucking
it's an
forgot about
interesting
it.
place. So can you make a reflex saving throw? That also provokes a reflex saving throw from the 2 Proto Echoes and the Echo 80,000.
I want to.
Oh,
Spike
This
ooh,
is
oh,
a heavy weapon that is
oh,
Okay.
this could be great. That could beeline them
Echo
all.
80,000, natural 20. You can see that they just snap their waist almost at a 90-degree angle as this anti-tank round is fired out. The 2 proto-echoes both fail. And so they will be taking full damage from
Yay!
that.
I got
was
a
your check?
dirty 20.
A dirty 20, okay.
Does she make it?
Dirty 20 is a success.
Yay!
You succeed by 2.
Yay! Oh, because a whole cannon sounds like a really bad thing.
It's an
That'd be a bad
anti-tank
time.
cannon. That is going to deal
not a
to
tank.
both of those. And so you and Echo 80,000, no damage. You are able to just move. Echo 80,000 bends their waist. You can see, you hear snaps as they do. And this round whistles over them. You can see it hits one of those proto-echoes dead in the chest and just rips the steel frame open as it deals 36 points of damage. It hits the other one. It deals 36 points of damage to them. And then it flies past and it impacts a pile of fuel cells.
Yeah.
And that pile of fuel cells ruptures. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So where is the cannon?
It's
Oh,
And
that's
as
the
it
cannon.
ruptures,
it takes out the drone.
it absolutely takes out the drone.
Thank Jesus, I hate
Such
drones.
a great accidental
That
feel like a bunch of
was
shit.
Whole area right here,
Wow.
smoking. And that
Spice
is
looks at
invisibility.
Shade and goes, I'm the best.
So everything within that template, dim visibility as smoke just rips off of it. There's a as it explodes. For all of you, wind just ripples past and the heat is carried with that. You also can see like dim visibility in there. So if you needed cover, that is a place you could go. There is fire on the ground. And so a little dangerous to be there, but the drone is just vaporized. Parts scatter underneath that individual. Very nice. Ultimately, good that you dodged it.
That was
Good
just my move
reflex
action.
save.
And
on purpose.
Spice, as you stand there, you get the sense that this will probably fire again next round if you stay there. So are you going to stand there?
Well, I would have.
You're making a choice here.
Well, could I continue my move? Well, I can't break up movement.
You can't break up movement, but like you haven't stopped moving, so you could continue moving if you want. You will provoke one attack of opportunity if you do.
Right. Well, okay. I don't want to get hit by a cannon. I was gonna do something, but I will forfeit it. Yeah, because I can't cast. Okay, yeah, no.
If you want to cast something, you have to stay there.
Right, I don't want to.
Okay.
don't
So
wanna
you
be in that
continue
window.
running, and as you do, you
No, I
see
do
the
want to be in the
smoke.
ring. Full cover.
You rush into the smoke, and it is like
that was
it's like Spice just vanishes into this black smoke that's just rising up off the metal. You are fully obscured. When you stay right on the edge, you can actually see out okay. If you get any deeper, Spice, you will also have trouble seeing out. Right now, you have cover, and you are able to shoot pretty clearly if you want to.
Okay.
It would be harder in the. Yeah. That is your turn, Spice?
Yep, that's my turn.
Alrighty, very good turn. That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, Spice runs out as Spice's heel hits the ground. There is an explosion. Spice just dances out of the way. Echo 80,000 dodges. Both of these proto echoes badly damaged now. You can see just straight through their chests to the other side. But what do you want to do?
Okay, I missed everything Dan said.
I'm gonna charge at him.
In the air though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a charge movement.
Why did you put a heinous ball of?
That is how Dan marks where he's going to go next turn.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to plan it out.
Okay.
I see.
I think it's smart.
Can I hold my action for like? Because
You
Bubbles.
can hold your turn in Starfinder.
Hold my turn. Well, Bubbles is my movement, so I have to choose either not to move with him or.
You can choose just to go after Bubbles.
Do you want to change your spot in initiative?
Can I do that?
You go, so it goes
Can I do that?
Gibbs.
You can, and then you can just opt later to go back to 14.
Yeah,
if
like you
want.
can take
But
this
every turn you can just be like, yes, I hold for.
Great.
Yeah,
I want
like,
to
I
hold
wait.
for. I'm gonna wait for Bubs this
No
turn.
worries. So you wait until after Bubs.
But you can leave me there.
Gibbs, you delay your turn. That brings us to Hultex. So Hultex in this kind of like spot with everything as crowded as it is and seeing. He's not Spice dodge that cannon, and he's not completely confident that he can. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move 10 feet back. So
In
that
the-
is out of the 35-foot range.
Is that in the elevator?
He's standing like at the very back of the elevator, and he is, or not quite the back of the elevator, but in, like back middle
yeah.
part.
It's like
And from there, you can see he slams the staff down on the ground, and he says, "By Triune, be protected." And the metal plates just shift down and go up across you, Shade. And you are now benefiting from +3 to your AC.
cool. That would have been helpful last round, buddy.
Wow, plus
But
three to
I
AC is,
appreciate
like,
it.
That brings us
so
to Bubbles.
Sick.
Appreciate it. You'll
Bubbles, you hear Shade yell at you to go after this magical person who is floating up in the air. You see their arms are out after they issued that wave of warning. What are you doing?
I'm going to fly up to him.
Okay.
It's a her.
Oh, her.
They.
I can go 30 feet
Oh, is it? They?
here,
It looks like a girl.
They're echo units.
You can't
and
assume.
then
You're
30
right.
feet up.
Okay.
How high is this up?
They are currently up about 20 feet. So,
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
So it's closer, like.
yeah, closer to there.
Yeah, so I'm 30 feet away.
Fuck yeah.
This feels like
What you doing?
It's the end of my charge attack, so I'm going to throw my Darko, and that's
Okay.
pretty much all I can do.
So you take off, use the momentum by your jetpack to get even more into this hammer throw, and as you get up into the air and Gibbs, you feel the apex of this kind of leap. Bubbles just releases the hammer, it takes all the momentum of the kind of throw and the jump with it. Make your attack roll, Bubbles.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
Nice.
Very nice.
Big numbies. Let's go. Ooh,
10,
big numbies. Big
11.
numbies.
So 21,
And remember, double the dice.
42.
42. Oh, I didn't say I was in my ref 4. I should have said that.
Well, it's
That's pretty good.
dice anyways.
No. So what did I say? 23 plus 18 is.
No, 42 plus 18, because it's double the dice.
Oh, okay. So 42 plus 18 is
60.
60. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of damage.
With 60 points of damage, you throw. It is all the momentum of your flight, your arms, everything that you could possibly
All I
have
can
goes
do
into
is
this
this.
Dosco. And having the extra weight of Gibbs actually provides just a tiny bit more momentum. You fling this. Gibbs kind of falls off your arm on the other side, forcing your whole body to torque even more. And you fire this. It hits them dead in the chest. Their arms are outstretched. They can't block it in any meaningful way. And it just crumples the mechanisms inwards. They're hurt. They're pretty badly hurt. You can see the eyes shift over to you. You've definitely taken their attention. Down below from where you are, you see that bigger echo unit kind of turn and look at you as well. These all seem to be wirelessly networked and they seem to behave almost in tune. But you have definitely taken on a priority here. Anything else, Bubbles?
I just want to see if the Dotco has any crit effects, but I don't think it does, so I'll tell you later. if it does.
Okay, no worries. That is your turn, Bubbles. That brings us to the top. Oh, yeah, sorry. Gibbs, you delayed your turn.
I did.
Doesn't.
So, do I get the sense that these creatures are significantly different enough from the proto echoes that mind affecting effects would affect them?
For free, you have no idea.
You have to use the.
But I mean,
check.
you're looking at them. You are free, Ari,
Yeah.
to draw your own conclusions from
Fine.
the context.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw the conclusion that, and I'm gonna draw the conclusion at. I'm gonna swift action, pull out Shimmer Staff,
Okay.
and then full action or whatever the fuck it's called. Gonna cast a spell at 4th level.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast at 3rd level. I'm gonna cast Mind Dust.
Okay. And that's a will save?
Could I get a will saving throw from Arcane Lady, please?
You can.
Nice. That's good. That
And this
means-
raises my DC.
24.
Hold on. I think my DC is 22 with the Shimmer Staff. Hold on. Staff.
They have a plus 16 to their will save.
I assumed, but okay. Let's say that they fail.
Okay.
Or, sorry, let's say that they
Succeed,
pass.
yeah.
Succeed. I fail. Shimmer Staff, Shunshet. Oh yeah, they succeed.
No
Okay,
worries.
so they take half damage.
But as this happens, you do get the sense that there is a very real brain within this creature.
Half of
Half
that.
damage, no problem. 17 points of psychic damage. It doesn't do the full amount, but you can see now from where they are, they're looking pretty hurt. Especially, it's mostly from Bubbles' strike, but they're hurt for sure.
Cool.
Anything else, Gibbs?
I just grip with my thighs.
Okay, you just could feel Gibbs tighten around your shoulders, but that is your turn. Gibbs, that brings us to the top of the round and to the various Echo units. So this Arcane unit that is right here is going to just float on down to you, Bubbles.
Oh, my solar plexus. Why'd you do that?
What the fuck? He's coming right next to me?
Yeah.
You just wailed him in the fucking...
Yeah, but I'm
Oh, is
Shit.
he getting in melee range?
Okay,
Probably
so
like a grab,
Grappler arms.
grabby spells.
Gibbs, you're gonna have to see.
they hover down
That's
to
what
you. You can see the hammer like falling away before it snaps back into your hand, Bubbles. You can see Gibbs tries to mind thrust and its head jerks back for just a moment. And then it just closes the distance with you slowly. And it is going to look at you. The arms drop down to the side. And it is going to say, I will be your doom. And all of a sudden, there is just this dark energy that erupts around it as they cast Conduit of Destruction.
Oh, shit.
What even is that?
There's
What is
a
that?
5-foot aura that just radiates around. You feel just this negative energy just rippling out. Can you make a reflex saving throw?
You
please?
need someone with mobility, though.
And actually, Gibbs, because you were on that back, you
Yes.
can make that reflex saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh
That's
boy.
not good. That's a 2.
Hey, I got you too!
2 plus 7 is.
She gets all up in your face. You guys are just so shocked.
2 plus 5 is 7.
Oh my god. Oh
Okay.
my god.
Oh,
I think we might actually TPK. I'm so sorry.
There is
Kara.
16 points of negative energy that just ripples out.
Unfortunately,
Does
that's
16
only for
points of
diplomacy
damage to
checks.
both you, Bubbles, and you, Gibbs. And you can hear there is a grunt, and that radius begins to grow even stronger. Can you put concentration on them, please? The status ring.
Yeah.
And then I think Olive might have a status ring.
I've got them all.
You got Never mind.
I got.
I'm initiative tracker.
No,
That's it.
I couldn't remember who had which. Thank you, Kara, for
Wait,
taking
there's
care
no
of so many
status effect
things.
on me?
No, this is a radius that is 5 feet, and as they
gonna
concentrate,
expand.
it seems to be growing
It's
and
like
getting
a-
stronger. But that is what they are doing.
It's like
Wait,
dark
wait,
shadows coming
Because
out.
she casts a spell, do you get a thingy?
Yes, you do get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a weapon?
I had a Doth cost, so it's no attack of opportunity.
Right. Unwieldy.
Wow, the fucking
But wait,
unwieldy
couldn't
bones
he,
you so hard.
Unarmed? Just like punch?
No,
No,
that's
he's holding
unfair.
the Doth
That's
coast.
unfair.
It's probably
that's
like
two
two
actions, that's
hands.
Oh, it's
yeah.
a two-handed. Yeah.
Well, he also throws it.
You'll take
Yeah.
his full movement, not bothering to fire.
Yeah, because
to be
it's
able to
thrown, but it's
close this.
unwieldy.
When I wear the
It's
knuckles,
his
I
turn.
can attack of opportunity.
And then this echo.
In fact, I should have.
Alright, he'll text. It's you and me. This feels like
going to
300.
Step back. And they are going to climb to the top of this and leap to get up to the same height as you, Bubbles.
Fucking
Do I
hate
get
echo
an
units.
attack
They're
of
actually
opportunity
so
against
You do?
fierce opponents.
She turns from you. You can see all of the echo units turn towards Bubbles in the same moment, and then she turns and then just leaps. She climbs, parkouring over up onto, and then climbing this electrical arcing tower.
40?
40 is a hit.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
Gibbs, you gotta save us.
I might die just with you.
Okay.
At least you won't be
That's not
alone.
the right thing.
Spice is just gonna be in the fire, being like, because I'm too afraid to fight anybody.
I should give you the gun I have.
Shield 11. Is it good? 28 points of
I
slashing
can do
damage?
small arms, but also like I can't hit fucking.
As you
it doesn't
fire,
matter.
or as this is a slashing, as you slash and she takes that first jump, you can see the eyes turn and she regards you for a moment and she adjusts her momentum just enough to deflect part of this using feline reflexes. She only takes half of that damage,
Damn.
but it still does strike home. And they leap up. The one blue eye lingers on you for a moment before it turns and fully focuses on Bubbles. Bubbles, they climb this tower, they leap, and while they're at the apex of this leap, they're going to target you.
Oh shit.
With their other hand, as it reaches out, you can see an uppercut SMG, and they will take 2 shots with that.
Oh shit.
No, fucking no. I don't like
Are they
it.
getting close to me?
The SMGs.
No, they're staying
Guns
probably about
that
20
we
feet away.
got.
So, Bubbles, the lower one between those two is going to be a 37 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And so from this distance, you are only taking, from the first
Is
one,
this piercing?
23 points of piercing damage,
23. Okay, no, it's only 13.
plus the other one, which is... Oh, sorry. 29 points of piercing damage.
Alright, so
And they just unload this uppercut. It fires into you, and you take a good amount of damage from that. But then they just kind of coast down and land at the very top of that tower. They keep these guns trained on you. That is all that she can do. That brings us
that's good. That was piercing.
these two creatures that are right on the other side of you, Shade. They don't need to move. They're just going to slash across.
Awesome.
The first one, as it takes the blades and carves them into you, that's two really low rolls for them.
Cool.
22 and a 23.
Miss.
And so
Oh,
the first one
nice.
slashes, and misses. The other one over top slashes. One is a 24,
Nope.
and the other one is much higher. That is going to be a 36.
That does hit.
And so this 36, it does hit. These blades from the fingers carve in for only 13 points of slashing damage.
Seems a fair amount for right now.
And that is all that the proto-echoes can do. The other ones maintain their guard status, and that brings us to Shade. Spice, you're on deck.
I'm going to Exocortex, seeing the one that's running at me right now, the big guy.
Yeah. You can see, as he got to this point, he didn't fire because his hands are going back. Both are wrapped around this massive hammer, and you can see smoke begins to billow out the back of the head. This has a rocket booster on the back. This is a swoop hammer, and it is designed. It is an unwieldy thing, but it does a lot of damage.
We have matching ones
Use
of
my
those.
No, 'cause
Exocortex
you gave
to
it
try
to
and
me, so I-
implant glitch on
What?
this dude.
Okay.
It's mine now.
I have.
So the
No, I
DC
took
is
You took my
In the
extra.
divorce.
1.5. It's 15 plus 1.5 plus
No, during
CR.
the Joni helicopter, you gave me your extra one.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it. I don't use it. So.
And then I ended up giving it to
Terrible
the
rolls.
It worked out very well.
bartender, too.
I believe it's a
for
26.
breaking it.
That is not high enough, unfortunately.
Okay. Free action, I'm going to try to say to the Echo that was running away, we don't need to fight. We want to help. And then
Yeah.
defensive fighting against this guy,
Okay.
Ooh, those are neat.
which I believe it's basically like I take the attack and then it's -2 to the attack, or -4 to the attack roll, +2 to the AC on
Yep.
it.
They're basically, I like
Until the
it.
end of the next turn. Yeah.
I've only done it a couple times there.
All right.
This is a great place to use it.
Yeah. And oh no, I can't do. Yeah.
And remember, you're benefiting from that AC bonus
Yeah.
from Hultex as well.
Yeah.
So you're
Oh,
sitting at
nice.
+5, yeah.
That's so
That's
smart.
Yeah, that was con. Ooh, the attack roll is a natural one.
That is going to be a miss, unfortunately.
So, but I get the effects of it.
Yep.
I guess. Yeah, I guess right now is fine because if it's gonna shoot, he's in that spot.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, guarded step. I'm not gonna move.
That is your turn.
Yep, that's it.
That brings us to you, Spice. You are in the smoke. You can hear gunshots going off to your right, off to your left. What are you doing?
So the cannon is still lined up with all these bad boys.
Sure is.
So she pulls out her, what was the plasma guide? Her GPF plasma guide from 1,000 years ago. That's the one with the guided.
Yeah.
Uses her move action to activate the guided, so it can go around whatever
Around
this
the
blockage is
Sure.
to get to the cannon. And I want to shoot the cannon like sensor to make it go off, or like something like around
Okay.
it to make the
That's
sensor
a really
go off.
high AC because you're targeting such a small component. It's possible. It would be very cool and very hard, but it's possible.
Could you just
Even if I use guided,
Yeah, so guided is what makes it possible. You're shooting around a corner. You're also shooting through smoke, and it's also you're shooting the specific like little part of the machine. You're getting a bullet into something smaller than the bullet itself.
well, my other option is.
It's a really cool idea. I think you can.
All right, I'm
definitely
gonna
try
do it
Yeah.
because my other turn probably would do less damage.
Can you do any mind stuff too? Because you can probably do it on them.
I don't
As
trust that
Echo.
these guys, because everything I do is mind affecting, and echo units in our past have just not been able
Gibbs
to.
Yeah, Gibbs just
has done just
he
mind
just
fested.
saw
On
it.
that one,
Yeah.
there's 2 people on that one. I'm trying to get rid of the 3 that are about to
Yeah,
kill
no,
you.
that's fine. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to
Nice.
shoot the sensor. I'm gonna do it.
Let's go.
Come on, natural 20, baby! No, that wasn't a natural 20. It was
That was an
a.
extra 20 when I lost my shit.
Still
It
pretty good though.
wasn't. It was a. Unfortunately low.
This thing was a
15 to hit.
It just goes straight far and wide. You do get the sense, though, if you hadn't targeted the sensor, this would have hit the gun. It's not a high like AC to hit this machine, but you're really going for like a very specific effect.
I wanted to like get the sensor to
Yeah,
shoot
exactly.
everybody.
And so you miss mostly so that you don't damage the gun. And if you want, you can try that again, but it's tough. And I would say after taking that shot, you get the sense that you were just a little bit over halfway there to what you needed to get it. It's a high DC, but no worries. Anything else, Spice?
That was everything I can do.
Okay.
That was move, action, and action.
You shoot, you see that bullet just go wide, but you can see that huge gun lined up on that big machine on both of those proto echoes. It's definitely a good idea. That brings us to you, Gibbs, and then Hultex is on deck.
Alright, now that I've lured 2 people near each other, and this is like, because the other echo's really on top of this, right?
Yep.
Great. Love that. So,
They're like 10 to 15 feet away from you.
I'm gonna cast a spell because Shaken doesn't impact my DC.
No.
Okay, great. So, I would like them to make will saving throws.
Who?
Yes.
Is it mind
Tigger
affecting?
and yes.
So it's mind affecting, and they take the. Okay.
That's what you were saying.
So the one that is down there, it's a will save.
Yeah, and I'm casting this at the 3rd level.
Okay, Echo 80,000 is going to roll just a flat 20.
Fail.
And then the Arcane Echo unit, a little bit better at this, is going to roll a...
DC 21.
Say again?
DC 21.
28.
Okay, so this guy has mental block.
Okay.
This causes target to lose access to their procedural memory, preventing them from using any kind of feat, extraordinary ability, spell-like ability, or supernatural ability that requires an action of any time.
we like that.
Each round at the end of the target's turn, the target can attempt another will save to end this effect, otherwise it lasts for a while.
Interesting.
That was
Okay.
pretty good.
Very cool.
Does the thing that's allowing them to navigate electricity, is that a feat?
No, it's
spell?
not.
Fuck.
But that's so interesting. Okay, so no problem.
It's like they're
You-
on there a bit.
And what was that spell?
It's called mental block.
Mental block. So you cast mental block, it radiates out. You can see this individual that casts magic, their mind not affected by this. They're able to easily just deflect to the side. This other echo unit, more similar to your own, a little bit more receptive to thoughts and things like that, and this just bypasses their defenses. It overloads them, and you can see they blink. And for just a moment, it feels a little bit more like your echo. There is something to that procedural memory that is perhaps locked out, something that had made them a little bit more aggressive, and suddenly the edge is just a little bit less. You see them looking around, you're not quite sure what that means, but
I'm just
something
gonna try and
more
make
is
eye
happening.
contact.
Okay, you try. It's tough,
Yeah.
but no worries. Anything else, Gibbs?
No, just gripping my thighs. That's how I spend my move action
No
now.
problem. That is Bubbles. You're starting to get red in the face.
Just every
No
time I
problem.
slide down,
That brings us to Hultex. Hultex will maintain their concentration on your spell, and in fact, as a move action, Shade, you feel those plates. They seem to almost vibrate in a way that is slightly healing, like that kind of massager that Echo has.
Nice.
You only get 6 points of stamina, but
Okay, hey,
every little
every
bit
little bit
counts.
counts.
They maintain their concentration. That is Hultex. That brings us to you, Bubbles.
That's actually like a healthy amount back.
That's not good. Bubbles, what you doing?
Gibbs, I can't breathe. Gibbs. Well, I'm actually choking on my real piece.
Oh no.
That's real
Gibbs,
choking.
whenever you get really stressed, your tail also is like
Yeah.
tightening around Bubbles' throat. So it's like an anaconda.
is this a good time to mention I'm scared of heights?
Webb is going to like casually like move around in the air on the jetpack and then slice down with the hammer for a full attack.
Okay.
And he's gonna turn the Rapper Warrior on.
Okay.
Nice.
Do we need it?
I don't know. Squishy spellcaster, but
What you doing?
I don't do any damage.
What you doing?
Alright,
just you.
I'll turn it on.
All right, you activate Wrathful Warrior. Suddenly, this bubble becomes more real.
Run out of
You can
figure.
feel this sensation of it kind of hardening around you. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
That's a 10 plus 12. 22.
22 is a miss.
Okay. Close enough.
Alrighty, you close enough. How much damage is that?
That would be. Oh, I should have said no for the Dotco. But, the first one would be for the Dotco. 2 plus 18 is 20. Plus 4 is 24. Gibbs was hit,
Yep.
so 29.
Plus 9 because of Alec gets hit. That's crazy.
No, because of Frenzy.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you slam into them and you almost miss, but the field just rips off of you and slams into them. They are hit by this invisible field that takes all the momentum from the hammer, and it hurts, but they are still up.
Alright,
You can
second
see in this moment they cough, and a little bit of hydraulic fluid comes out. Go ahead and make your second attack.
And this time, Bub's he falls over with the jetpack, and he kind of strings himself up and does an upward slash with it. And that's a 15 plus 12, which is a 27.
27.
Jesus.
27 is a pizza.
Pizza.
All right.
Damage on that.
It's a 7 plus 8 is 15, plus 18 is 33, plus 4 is 37. Everybody, 42. And then I can't do that, so 42.
With 42, you rise up. You hit them once. The just enough almost takes them down. With that second hit, you are able to rise up and then bring it straight down onto their head. With Gibbs on your back, it is just a couple extra pounds of momentum, and that shatters not just the front kind of metal head, but the entire biological part of the face is just mashed into the torso, and that creature just falls back and down to the ground dead.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah,
How many? 8
Spellcaster.
It's a spellcaster.
more left.
that's still
Eight more
138 damage that
Yeah,
you guys
that's
did
a
to them.
beefy
But it's really
amount of
only 5.
Resolve points?
spellcaster.
Yeah,
Anything else, Bubbles?
that's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
with
but
Gibbs
that's
on your
only used
shoulders,
to stay alive.
thighs tight around
Yeah,
your
that's-
neck, you look
that's what I
down
usually
and
use
you
to
have
grapple
slayed this
warrior. Close
creature.
enough.
That is your turn. Bubbles, that brings us to the top of the round and to the
I have 8
echoes.
totals.
So,
It's like not as much.
starting us off with our Arcane Echo unit is gone. That brings us to the Elite Covert Combat Assaulter. They are now right up in your grill shade.
Technically not.
They're close
What do you
enough.
mean?
As they swing the swoop hammer with 10 feet of reach.
Okay,
And
yeah. That's
The way that they handle this is not like how Bubbles handles unwieldy weapons. You get the sense that they
It's
can probably
wieldy.
they can take
Oh, shit.
reactions with this.
It's wieldy.
But
It's
they
like a
swing it
chains.
incredibly fast at you.
Oh boy.
Shade. That is only one strike, but that is going to be 41 to hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
even with all my bullshit.
With the 41, this rocket just kicks into gear, and you watch as they swing the hammer, but it is propelled by jet engines. And as it swings, okay,
You gonna take my bet? What? Are you gonna take my bet with me?
10, 20.
What bet do you have?
You take 49 points of bludgeoning damage.
Whoa!
As they
I see what you're
slam this
responding
hammer,
to.
the rocket brings it down and into your shoulder, and you can feel the mechanisms crunch and crumble. That is just one single strike, and can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can. Oh, I probably can. 29.
29. You succeed by 1, and you are not knocked down onto your back. You are able to keep your feet as this slams down. But that is all that the Elite Covert Combat Assaulter can do.
It would have been more.
That brings us to Echo 80,000. You can see
sorry.
they. Yeah, please.
They, at the end of their turn, can make a will save.
Yep.
Just so because I didn't say the duration before, I casted the 3rd level, so the duration's 3.
Okay.
3 rounds.
No worries. So 3 rounds. You can see. And I'm just gonna put this
Because I had. Maybe we can turn them.
Maybe.
That might help turn them.
They are going to go and just plant their feet right here. And I'm gonna make first for the big guy,
That's setting up the.
then those 2. Okay, and then Echo. So you watch. Oh no, Spice, you're good. You see
I'm not
Echo
blind.
suddenly, they look a little bit dazed. They leap down and a little bit less agile. They go over and they just stand right next to this creature, and you hear the autogun erupt. And it goes through, it hits the large kind of Echo unit. It strikes one of those Proto Echoes. You could pull the middle Proto Echo away because they only had 20 health left. It just rips through them. And to the other Proto Echo. Oh, you can pull the other Proto Echo right off. It deals 26 points of damage. And the Assaulter is just a little bit dinged by that as well. You can see it just kind of bounces off of their metal frame. It still does the full amount of damage, but that just seems a drop in the bucket for them. The 2 Proto Echoes are ripped apart, and you can see, despite the fact that they are just a little bit less agile than before, they are still able to easily dodge. And then they take a move action.
But they're triggering that.
Yes, they are.
Nice.
I'm going to move. Actually, they are going to stand right next to you, Shade.
Fuck.
And next to you, you can hear there isn't much time.
Fuck.
The protocols are disabled. Your Echo unit is in that container. And you can see they point off and towards that purple container off and to the right. They further look up and they say, "You must escape. We cannot leave. We will have to kill you." And that is the end of their turn.
What?
They are still disabled. They are still under the effect of your spell.
Yay! Oh yeah, DC 21.
But that, yeah, an 8's not going to do it.
Cool.
Natural 1. That is all that Echo can do. That is Echo 80,000. That is the Assaulter. That brings us to the Proto Echoes. So they're going to use their full movement. Here. Trying to come out of the door.
Ah, fuck.
And they will just take the regular movement to get up to you, Shade. And as they leap out of the door, they run around, bringing the metal, just carving sparks along this metal frame. They will take an attack against you, Shade. Shade does a... I have so many stat blocks. Does a 34 hit.
Ah, yeah, even with the fucking fuel techs and defensive fighting.
You only take 12 points of slashing damage. As they slash into you, it kind of bounces off elements of the armor, but they are now taking up the spot right in front of you. That is all that the Proto Echoes can do. That brings us to you, Shade.
I'm going to, as a free action, calm to everyone. Echoes in the. I'm gonna ping the purple container.
Okay.
And then say to the one that the assault one, or sorry, the Echo 80,000.
80,000.
Thank you. I'm sorry we cannot do more. And then do another fight defensively.
Nice.
But for my exocortex, I'm going to try amplified glitch on just this one.
Okay, go for it. As a reaction, when you say that, all that they say is, "You will be doing enough. They are hunting us. They are killing us."
That's gonna be a 40. Sorry, no, that's not the right math. 36.
36 is high enough.
Nice.
And so you are able to, that's implant glitch.
That's amplified glitch.
Glitch.
Which means He is shaken for 1 round plus 1 additional round for every 5 by which the result exceeds
1
the
round.
DC. Okay.
Anything
And
else?
then- yeah, then after that, I'm going to make the attack against him. Well, actually, I guess I can't
Against
do it
the
against him,
Proto-Echo.
so I have to do it against the Proto-Echo,
No
but it's going to be a
problem.
defensive
Yeah, as it
fighting.
just tears around the corner, it hits you. You're able to try to hit it back.
And that's going to be 29 minus 4, 25 to hit.
25 against
KAC.
25 against KAC. That is just barely a miss.
Dang. All right, that's it for me.
Okay, that is it for you. That brings us to Spice.
Spice.
Gibbs, you're on deck.
So we decided that mind affecting things do affect these bitches.
You turned over and you saw through the smoke Gibbs be able to mind affect one of them, yes.
Okay, so Spice is going to take a deep breath and start fearsomely foretelling the devastation that Mosaic Team 5 can wrought and improv Doom.
Okay.
My favorite thing.
So you
to
fire
use.
Doom,
you
and that is a cone.
It's a 60-foot cone.
Okay.
Oh, damn,
So
so that'll hit.
it doesn't affect the proto echoes, but it certainly will affect.
Or I
Echo
can do
80,000.
7,
a
8.
120
This
foot
guy's
line.
this guy's within range too. If you
It makes sense to do the cone.
Because you get
The
both.
cone you
Yeah,
get
I
both
wanna
the
get, like,
combat
a
and the
lot,
regular.
yeah.
So the regular echo,
does that also hit me, or do you choose?
It doesn't
the-
apply to allies.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
the regular echo is actually at a negative right now, so they're only going to roll. What kind of save is that?
So it's I roll an intimidate or bluff check
Okay.
basically against DC 10 plus the creature's total sense motive,
Okay.
or 15 plus blah 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 blah. There's a lot.
Okay.
All right, girl, come on. All right. Good luck. That's what I say to that. Math finder. 22, 24, 32.
32. All right. So with 32, that is a success.
Yay!
Yay!
Doom, and as you foretell the things that Mosaic Team 5 will do from the smoke, this kind of like cackling voice, it is almost hag-like from this kind of heat. It crackles out through the fire, and Shade, this individual who says they are hunting us, they are killing us, they look over their shoulder now at this cackling. You can see fear in this Echo's eyes, and that is, they fail. You can see the combat Echo on the other side as well. They fail as well. And so both of them are influenced by this Doom.
What does Doom do?
So
They need to either flee, fight defensively, or cower.
Put the black ones on
Yep.
it or something.
you.
Anything else? Spice, well
I think
done.
they're doing it.
No, my position is convenient for everybody who I need to touch, so
Okay.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
You stay in the smoke. That is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Gibbs.
Well, we all know where the echo is, so I'm just gonna tug Bubs towards the purple container.
Okay.
And I will drop my action to be after him this turn.
I would say you probably don't. They said that to Shade. And
I
He
pinged
you
pinged
pinged it.
everybody.
Okay, yeah, no
the,
worries.
Yeah.
the purple container.
So you tug that direction.
But I will wait until I see where Bubs goes and then react appropriately.
Bubs might drop you off.
That brings us to Heal Techs. They'll maintain their concentration. Shade, as they hold on to that, you regain
Help me
8
out,
stamina
Huey.
points.
8?
Yeah,
Hey, every little bit helps. Stamina?
stamina.
Okay.
Are you bleeding?
As they kind of flood this back into you.
Oh.
Yeah. That brings us to Bubbles.
My boy Huey.
Bubbles gives,
Huey.
tugs you down to the right,
Huey.
tells you to go in this direction, and you get this ping from Shade that your Echo unit is held there.
I'm 20 feet up in the air right now.
Yeah?
So I did it to match that guy that I killed.
Yep.
I am going to lower myself.
Okay, you drop
20
down into
feet.
the smoke.
Gibbs can get off me. So free action drop Gibbs.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Takes 20 points of falling damage.
I am going to go from my location 10 feet to the enemy. Wherever you can get me the closest. And then I'm going to drop the Dothco, fall on my side, Granatio gauntlets, And I'm gonna punch this guy.
Okay, you're gonna punch Echo 80,000.
No, I think
Whatever.
you said
Whatever
the
one's fine.
proto.
I don't think you can get within 5 feet of the other
Whatever
one.
one I can hit.
Yeah, sure. Echo 80,000.
I mean, you can get there, but you're within range of the auto gun.
Don't get within range of the gun.
You're gonna
Okay,
get,
yeah. Oh,
you're
so
gonna
I am.
blast
It's gonna
by
fire.
it.
Yeah, you can, yeah, it's gonna fire.
Fired at by the cannon.
Well, right now you're in
here.
line of fire.
Yeah, I can. I'll do here and I'll do a Dothko strike.
Okay, so
Do
you
it
stand
to
off
the-
to the side and you throw the Dothko.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
That's a 13, and this is gonna be a single attack. Plus 16.
29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
29 is a hit.
Full attack the Dothko anyways. 4 plus 4
Oh my
plus
god, that's
2 is 6. 6 plus 18 is 24. Plus frenzy is 28. Was an ally hit?
Yes.
Your allies hit also.
I wasn't.
No, it had to be
Shade is
Shade.
right.
Which
No,
means-
Shade was defo.
It has
who
to
was
be
I
the
hit?
Smashed a
Was it
foe.
who I was hit by, or just that I was hit?
No, the person I'm hitting, did he hit Shade?
no.
No.
Then no.
Okay.
Then that's it.
Okay, 28 points of
Yeah.
damage. No worries. That's a good chunk. You throw the Dothko, it slams into this Proto Echo and returns to your hand.
Oh, I guess
Anything
actually
else,
that
Bubbles?
one did hit me, didn't it? That was the one that just did 12 damage to me when it came. It ran up to me, right?
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it's just
Okay,
a little
then
more damage.
add 5.
5.
5. Okay, 33. Sorry, I couldn't tell if you were attacking 80,000 or that one, but no worries. 33.
Yeah, I thought you were attacking 80.
That is your turn, Bubbles.
Yep.
All right, that brings. Oh yeah, Gibbs. You are now down and in the smoke. You rush over to this shipping container. You can see, just like that, steel shutters that have gone down. There's a little computer-like panel off to the right. You can see there's a slot that is sized for a token. on the right. If you had a token, you can just take this right
It's
away.
probably-
Gibbs literally
It's probably
just
not worth
has
it.
a meltdown, being like, "We have so much," and then just spends like her turn just gonna scramble at this door. I don't have shit to do, but I am so pissed because I
You knew it! You knew
Because
it!
look underneath the vending machine. Sometimes people drop them underneath there.
What vending machine?
Gibbs just devolves into this like raging ball and is just like so fucking
Starts
pissed. I can't think, and it's a fucking computer. She can't do shit.
You like slam on the computer, you punch the doors. There is a little dun dun, and you can hear you require
Picturing my
one
cat
token.
trying to get out.
But that is all.
Yeah.
That is your turn, Gibbs.
I'm just freaking out.
That brings us to the
Waste a turn
top
to
of the
freak
order
out.
and to these
that
Echo
hurts.
units. So horrified by Spice.
You all hear it.
And they're also additionally horrified by creature going mad.
He's gonna go. Oh, yeah, he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20 back here.
Full defense, fight defensively, move out of the area.
He's gonna take one shot
for
at
cover.
you as he goes. This Echo unit, frightened by Spice, is going to step here and provoke the reflex saves to. Actually, we'll just continue going up, and we'll end up.
Are those
I
stairs?
will get an attack of
No, but she has a climb speed of 55.
Oh,
Will I get an
she's
attack
good.
On top of a 75 move, yeah.
No, I don't think so. You're
So,
outside of the range.
Okay.
first, as she steps on that, well, I'll resolve these all in order. So first, the Elite Covert Combat Assaulter will take that one SMG shot on you, Shade. That's pretty low. That's a 25 against
That
Turkey AC.
misses.
They fire, but as they are terrified, you can hear this really poorly modulated mechanical voice just call out, "Oh no," and it just begins to away. The other Echo unit steps on the floor and then leaps, but the one creature that is in that line is going to fail its reflex save. The Echo almost actually may fail their reflex save. 19. That is a success. Okay, so that Echo leaps, no problem, but that Proto Echo is going to take 10, 15, 16 points of damage. Very low rolls. But you can see now it is looking in bad shape as that cannon blows across its thigh. It rips elements of this mechanical hip away. You can see the fibers spray out. It's in bad shape. The other Echo unit is going to land up there. And then they can't use any features, right?
Feats, features, things, spell-like abilities, supernatural abilities that require an action of any kind.
They're going to turn, and across the din of battle, they're going to call out Shade and Bubbles and Spice. You all hear this. You probably can't over the sound and the railing, but you can all hear as they yell out, "The floors in front of the doors are electrified." And they kind of grip onto the arcing electrical pole, not taking any damage from it themselves. They still seem woozy, and at the end of their turn, that is...
In front of the door.
That's a 16. They are still under this effect for one more round.
This is 8,000 or
That is 80,000.
Yeah.
That is the assault unit. That brings us to the proto echoes.
Not this door. This not door.
Well, you're not being electrified, so you imagine probably not. They will fill the space here.
You haven't moved at all. It's great.
This individual will also go here just to queue up. But you are taking Shade 4 attacks.
Sorry, I did my best to get them away from you.
Okay.
I mean, I've been fighting defensively because, like, I'm pretty much tanking this
So
right now.
the low one
Like I told
is
you,
almost certainly going to miss. 23.
They work out.
miss.
Okay.
This is all
Second lowest
KAC?
one. Yes. Second lowest one is going to be a 37.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
What?
The highest one is a natural 20. So you're taking 2 regular strikes and 1 critical. From the first
Go ahead and
regular.
calm me down already.
So these guys are not, they don't do a ton of damage on theirs.
Every little bit counts, though.
Yeah, it does. First one is 13 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Second one that is non-critical is going to be, it's a low roll, 13 points of slashing damage again. The critical
Yeah, I'm down.
is going to be,
Is
Wait,
it more
critical?
than 13?
it is.
Yeah, you got a 20.
It is going to be a 22 points of slashing
I'm
damage.
down.
And so as these fill the
It's okay,
area,
though. I'll be
they
fine.
begin to run
yeah.
away, but they begin to carve into you as they fill the space of this larger creature that goes, "Oh no," and begins to run away. That is all of the echo units. That brings us to Shade. Shade, you were down.
But hang on, because let's see.
Auto CPR, you're
Yeah,
fucking
I've
shit.
got like my auto
We
CPR
all know you
stuff,
have it.
so I think it's at the end of my turn, but I just want to double check.
I believe it is.
Electrical shock. Hurt his butt.
Yeah, it's at the end of my turn, the auto CPR unit engages, and when I do that, then I can also use my Die Hard to spend another resolve point to get up.
Yep.
So, alright, so I'm gonna do that at the end of my turn.
Okay, as you hit the ground, there is a loud beep that resonates through the darkness. It cuts in, and you feel electricity, not from the floor, not from above, but from this little source inside your heart, and you are forced back to your feet. You never hit the ground, and that is your turn. That brings us to Spice. Gibbs, your own deck.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, and I get some health back.
You do.
Some stamina back now because I took
Add your
that thing.
envoy level.
So useful.
Yeah, good, timely.
Okay. So Spice gasps as Shade goes down. She goes, "Fuck, he's been taking this whole time!"
And then I'm
And
back
she's
up.
going to see as you regain consciousness by yourself. She goes, you like see, she pulls out like pom poms out of nowhere, and she goes, "Yeah, you got it, stay alive!" And she's going to give you 35 points as an inspiring boost of
Very
stamina points.
Damn, of stamina.
Stamina.
Nice.
Sorry, I can't give
Oh
you
no,
HP,
that's
but-
good. I have a little bit of health now, which is nice. But the 32 points of stamina.
35.
35.
Don't
Sorry.
undercut
You come
me.
back to life. Your auto CPR pumps life back into you, and you stand up. You can hear Spice cheering with equal fervor to the doom, but just opposite. And so, in the same way as they are impelled to run away, you are brought back to focus in an almost
12 seconds
uncomfortably sharp
later.
way. But no problem.
endless suffering.
Anything else, Spice?
Yay! No, I like where I am.
All right, you stay in the smoke. That brings us to you, Gibbs. You have this meltdown. You pound on the door. What are you doing now?
Gibbs takes a second and just like, and stalks aggressively over this square right here, and is gonna cast. And like has a brief thought of like passing this person, like this body probably has something, but like now's not the time because she feels like the lifelink of Shade start to like
Sure.
whatever. This is a huge range, so I just even though I'm wearing fishbowl, I am able to summon a ball of earwax out of the side of my head.
Sure.
And I'm gonna
Just
attack.
pull one out of your pocket. You save them.
Yeah.
portal through.
I guess I didn't even have to move. It's got a range of 100 feet, which is a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna attack that guy.
Sure. The one right in front?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not.
So you hurl this force disc.
Hold on, because I also have a -2 to my shit.
Oh no.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does not hit.
Oh no.
Then Gibbs is just gonna seethe.
You see this is a free action, no problem. That is your turn. The earwax just ricochets down the hall, and that brings us to Heeltex. Heeltex is to dodge this earwax as it just fires by him, but now maintaining even longer this ability. Shade.
Oh, damn. He gave up on me?
No.
I lifelink
The
with Shade.
strengthens.
11.
Oh,
Sorry.
Health,
I keep
right?
forgetting.
thank you.
11 health.
11 health. It has to be health.
And from Heeltex, 4, 5, 6, 12 points of stamina heal back.
Okay.
As this armor continues to vibrate and radiate out this healing energy.
Yeah,
That is Heeltex's turn. That brings us to Bubbles.
I'm looking.
Bubbles, from where you are, you can see both of the other larger Echo units run off and away. One of them leaps up, shouting down to you that the floor in front of the doors is electrified. And you can now see there are 3 Proto-Echo units all in a row.
I'm gonna fly, and if I land here, will I be in the way of the machine gun?
No, it is just that straight path directly in front of it.
Bam. Which one looks the weakest out of these 3?
I mean, one of them looks substantially weaker than the other ones. The one that's directly in front of Shade. The other 2 look unhurt. The ones that are in range look unhurt.
Those just ran up from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one,
What you doing?
hit by things.
I'm just gonna swipe them with the Dothco.
The one directly in front of you?
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
try
make
that
your
one
attack
for
roll.
me. And I'm not gonna use the Dothco. I'm gonna use the gauntlets.
Oh, yeah, right. You already powered them up. The resonance already humming through them.
Yes. This is a full attack. Attack 1. The 14 plus 12 is 26.
26 is a meets it, beats it.
Nice.
Nice. So first 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 18 is 16, is 26. 26 plus 4 is 30. No ally was not hit with that one.
Nope.
So 30. And then second attack.
Okay.
And then this one, he's going to use like a back fist. That's a natural 20.
Very nice.
Get him! Nice job, man.
And I got 2 1s as well.
That first punch just hits them up in the air. You just like tee them up for yourself, and then you strike them again. And this time you hit them dead in the center. It makes the entire spine go rigid, as it is a perfect strike.
Nice.
12.
Max Numby.
And then I roll it again. 2. So 14. 20 again. Yeah, plus 18. So that's
46.
46. Jesus.
Very nice. And
Yeah, plus frenzy. So plus 4 additional.
plus 4.
So 50.
Yeah.
With that additional damage, as you punch into this creature, it is already teed up, its back arcs, and then you punch it dead in the spine, and it goes straight, and you hear the legs just rip as they are separated from the rest of the body. The spine like curves away, the muscles spindle out, it is dead. That is a lot of damage.
Oh, damn. And now 18's got a friend.
Dead.
Anything else, Bubbles?
That's right there.
All right, you send that guy down to the floor. That brings us to the top of the
I'm
round.
gonna yell, get some!
How much longer is Doom active for?
One more
Only,
round, right? It was 3 rounds, right?
So it ends after their turn.
Okay.
So they don't take.
Oh, no, your thing is 3
So,
rounds.
Yeah, but my name also ends
the
with
Doom
that.
kind of ends. This individual, Bubbles, you can see they're just going to close that
This
5
turn,
foot
then it's
distance
done.
on you.
Okay.
This individual, on their last, this is their last turn that you're affecting them, correct? Well, Gibbs?
Yes.
Did
Correct.
the auto gun go?
The auto gun? No.
Because they probably just don't affect
They
it,
don't
I guess.
affect it, no.
She does.
Yeah.
for now.
The other one might too.
She's going to take this and then just kick it.
At her friend.
And when it reaches that distance, she is going to level this gun and she's going to shoot.
What is her name?
Echo 80,000. They're trying to help
As
us.
Echo 80,000 turns, she rushes over, and you can see plants one hand on this barrel of like oil, levels it to the ground, and with the same movement that gets her over it, pushes it to its side, and then makes it spin forward. And it rolls across the ground, hitting this individual right as they pull this hammer up on you, Bubbles. And Bubbles, first the individual in front of you gets to go. They're going to take 2 attacks against... Oh, actually, you know what? They're going to use their powerhouse style.
Oh, nice.
They're going to use their
sounds
gear
cool.
boost. And they're going to take a single attack against you as this hammer flies to life.
That sounds fun.
Bubbles. That is going to be a flat 40 to hit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And so this howls towards you and... Woo! Bubbles. That is going to be 7,
That's
17...
a lot of dice that I hear being rolled.
25, 26, plus 7.
How's everyone doing?
33. Bubbles, you are taking 56 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck.
And can you make a fortitude saving throw, please?
Hold on 1 second. Look at that.
Yeah, you gotta do all that math. Negative math is so much harder than plussing math.
It is hard, yeah. I don't know why. But
It is. It's weird.
And fortitude, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good at those.
But you said it.
It's a 9 plus 11, so dirty 20.
The dirty 20, that is a failure.
Oh,
and as they
what?
slam this
Said
into your
it.
chest, your hands just spasm, your fingers twitch and go out, and those gauntlets that are wrapped around your hands just slither free.
Oh
as
no,
you are
I need
disarmed.
those.
And those
You're
hit the ground.
disarmed.
That is their turn,
arms
and then
fall?
immediately after, as that falls, you hear the clatter of the hammer and another metallic thunk, although this one wet, and you see this individual turns, and you turn, and you can see this barrel has just rolled up and come to a rest on their leg, and then your vision traces back up and up and up, and you can see the blue
Die
eyes
already.
of Echo 80,000 as they fire the submachine gun at the oil barrel, and it explodes.
Damn.
There's the other rings here, if you need them.
Yes, it's a circle, but it's a small circle. Bubbles, I do need you to make a reflex save.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, I'm bad at those. Ah!
So is he.
Well, maybe now that you said it,
That is a
it'll
25.
offset.
Oh no, it's a 5 plus 7.
That is unfortunate.
But damn.
So, Bubbles, this barrel of mechanical oil explodes, not as an explosion, but it is just this spray of fiery oil.
That's not good.
Bubbles, you are taking 18 points of fire damage. This
Are you on
individual
fire?
only takes
Minus
half.
5.
The fire does begin to onto you, but I do not believe you are wearing anything flammable. And
No,
so
I'm not.
you are okay in that regard.
Fuck yes.
This individual takes that damage as well.
Am I on fire?
You're not wearing anything flammable.
You're not wearing anything flammable, so you're not on fire.
Is that
It kind of hits your
yellow
bubble
ring?
and then just fizzles out, but the damage
Yellow
carries through and radiates. That you can pull that oil barrel off the map. That is both the Echo's turn. That brings us to the Proto Echoes. They are in place where they need to be, and so Shade,
And she's now free from her mental block.
she is, yeah, at the end of her turn. And so all of a sudden, you can see those eyes sharpen up. And Shade, whatever ally you may have had, has disappeared.
Dang.
But
You know, ass.
Dang it.
there
And
are
this is an
4
expensive
attacks
spell.
against you. Well,
That was
actually,
good though.
2 against you, Shade,
That-
2 against you, Bubbles.
Give us
Shade.
That was useful.
That was that was extremely helpful.
Super useful, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then
It hurt me.
But it's a level 3 spell. It's really expensive for me right now.
Shade.
It sings that she turns.
Does a 15 hit?
no.
So that's the high one, and this guy
Nice.
just slashes at you twice. With everything that has happened, with the cannon firing, with Bubbles going over and swinging, there's just so much movement that they don't seem able to focus as they roll a 1 and a 4. But the other one will turn and take 2 attacks against you, Bubbles.
Oh no.
And they roll a little bit better. The low one is going to be a 20 to hit,
That doesn't hit.
and then the high one is going to be a 34 to hit.
That hits.
Bubbles, you are only taking 11 points of slashing damage. as they carve in just a little bit, being able to just pierce the bubble and get into your skin. They're starting to dig away, but that is all the proto-echoes can do, and that brings us to Shade. Spice, you're on deck.
Okay. So I think I want to use my exocortex to try and do implant. Actually, yeah, implant glitch on this guy.
Okay. Go for it.
That's not gonna do it. It's a 27.
Too low. Just bounces right off the shiny skull.
So then my standard action, I'm going to shocking overload this dude.
Sure.
And is he an android, drone, robot, or other creature?
He is an
of
android,
technological
yes.
subtype. All right, so he's going to take. He can attempt a reflex saving throw. The DC is
22.
10 plus half my mechanics level. What level am I? If it's 11, does it go to 5? Okay. So yeah, he beats that. So he's not going to take the damage.
Okay.
Balls.
You try to overload this individual grounded. This is a machine designed for war. Hard to bypass the kind of rubberized exterior, but anything else, Shade?
That's... can I just, like, move to, like... I stay within their attacking range, right? But I can
You
trigger
would stay
it and
within
then
one of
come
their
back.
attacking range and then leave one of theirs if you're sliding out to either side. But you can move and then move back, triggering the cannon. It just will provoke an attack of opportunity, I believe, no matter which way you go. From
Right.
the opposite one.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'll go this way here, and then
That is a natural one. And so you easily slide aside. It fires the cannon out. You're already clear. Actually, mechanically, you got to make a reflex save
yeah,
as
yeah,
well. Middling rolls. Okay. Liz, failures for both of them. Just barely by one for one.
Mine's a 22 or 24. Let me just double check.
Shade, if it's a 24, you're good. If you're a 22, you're not.
Uh-oh.
Do disarm or nope, I'm not great.
Well, then you are taking a 32 points of fire damage as it explodes an anti-tank round towards you. It does hit both of these other individuals as well, and you can see the one closest to Bubbles is just ripped in half. You can see the torso hits one side, legs hit the other. The one right in front of you is badly hurt, but still up.
Cool.
You can see as the smoke clears, are you still up?
Yeah, I'm still up.
As the smoke clears, you can see the whole face ripped away. And you can see the teeth, the tongue, blood just kind of dripping down, mixing in with oil. You can see they're still drawing these ragged breaths, but they are up just barely.
That's it for me.
All right, that is your turn, Shade. That brings us to you, Spice.
Okay, so Spice is going to be like, alright, this ragged being needs to fucking die, but I don't want to kill Shade.
Also, watch out for the anti-cannon gun.
Yeah, this gun.
Where you are going.
I know, so if I go... I don't
So
know
this is
what-
wall, isn't it?
Basically, if you
And this is
cross this
elevator.
plane, you're gonna have to make
And
a
that's door.
reflex saving
I
throw.
think
Yeah.
that we-
So if I make... well then, also you're going to have to make a save. 'cause
No,
No,
he's
I'm
outside
back
of it.
out
so
of it.
If
It's
you
literally
step
just
there,
this line.
Well, for what I'm about to do,
Oh.
I'm about to...
Fucking do it. I can make.
You can probably
plenty of
withstand it
reflex
because
saving
it's not going to
throws.
be that bad.
I'll reflex save everything.
So
Except for
I'm
the
gonna
thing
stay
that just
out
hit
of
me.
range of the cannon, but I'm going to. She takes a deep breath. She clicks her little cute Claire's choker, and she exhales fire
phenomenal.
and dragon
reflex
glance.
saving
I'm
throw?
gonna
This
need
has
a
happened
reflex
before.
throw from. It's only 15 feet in front
I'm
of
good.
me.
I'm good.
Okay.
It's not great.
I
20.
think mine's a 29.
Let me.
so.
20 passes.
But for half damage,
Yay!
Oh.
so
too.
my total damage would be 13 points. So half of
is
that.
6.
That's enough. As you breathe this fire out, it barely hits, but you can see this
Me too.
creature,
Just
the tongue,
flicker.
the teeth, it just goes in, and you see the tongue just separates, and the head slowly dissolves and tears all the way back and in half as they fall down, dead.
But Blight kind of does a glance over his shoulder and just sees Spice just do
You see like acid dripping down, like parts of the skin are bubbling up and reacting angrily, but yeah, no problem. That is your turn, Spice.
Yeah, that's everything I can do.
All right.
That was the most powerful attack
That
I can
brings us
do.
to you, Gibbs.
Oh shit. Okay, I haven't cast a 4th level spell yet, so I have 4th level spell slots, but not a lot of other things. So I'm gonna cast a 4th level spell.
Okay.
I don't need to be able to see him. I just need to know that he's there. So I cast it against dumbass over here.
Yeah.
It's Mind Thrust.
Okay.
Oh, I
And
love
so
Mind
you can make a
Thrust.
will saving throw.
Is it Eka?
It is okay. It's elite covert combat assaulter.
Yeah.
What kind of save?
Will, please.
17.
Oh, at 4th level? No.
Yeah.
So this guy takes full damage and is fatigued if he survives. 52 damage, please.
So he's going to use the indomitability module to try to remake that throw.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's lower.
Damn.
So how much is that?
Nice.
52, and he's fatigued.
Nice. Very nice.
How does that work if you succeeded?
He didn't.
I know, but if he did.
Oh, so it's half damage and you're not fatigued if you succeed.
Use mind thrust on this individual and you pump it as hard as you ever have. You have seen people's heads explode with lesser effort, and their head doesn't explode, but it rattles them. You can hear this electronic crunch from the other side of this pylon. You can't see them, but you know that that is Sun Column. That is a good amount of damage, and they're hurt.
Nice.
Anything else?
Gibbs just stomps her stompy little feet and just is sad over here.
Okay, that's free.
Yeah.
No problem. So, Starfinder.
Maximum sass from this little corner of the map.
Brutal.
Yeah. Fatigued is real good.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll tell you what it is.
I'm glad we did the teleporter.
It's
Yeah, it,
You
it's a
cannot
big
run
deal.
charge. You take a negative
Especially
1 penalty
against
to
this
AC
guy.
attack rolls.
So
melee
not
damage rolls.
charging, huge for their
Yeah.
build. They haven't even been able to use their
was-
main
I
feature
was
yet,
saying,
but that's
yeah.
pretty big. So no worries. Great use of mind thrust. That is your turn, Gibbs.
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. That brings us to heal techs. The metal plates all around you that have been providing you with so much cover, shade, they clatter to the ground.
Nope.
Thanks,
And then
bud.
they cast that ability again. The spells go
Nice.
back up.
Thanks,
And
buddy.
you have another 5 rounds of armor.
Oh, sweet.
You
What is
also
it,
get
+9. Oh, he rolls.
4 points of stamina back.
Oh, hell yeah,
As
Hewley.
they continue to build
4
this
points of
chain.
stamina. I
That-
love that.
it's more every round, but
Yeah.
like it starts pretty low. That is
It's
Heal
also
Tech's
like-
turn. That brings us to Bubbles.
Nearly double my stamina.
Bubba is gonna like kind of dodge and like steal glances of like explosions and like Spice breathing fire and all this stuff, and he's like just like dodging and jumping, and then he's gonna finally be able to like, get a chance to get a hit on this guy in front of him, and he's gonna go down like kind of like do like a split and a punch with the gauntlets.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have the
You
gauntlets.
have to
the
pick him
gauntlets.
up.
I gotta have.
Switch
I'm
action,
gonna grab the
Magma Hammer.
yeah, the hammer. 'Cause I don't think unless I can switch or action grab the gloves.
Where are they?
He got disemboweled.
Yeah,
He got disarmed or whatever.
I am doing a split with my legs. Both.
You are. I don't think that it does anything. As a move
Extremely
action, you can pick it up.
Are you gonna move?
I was gonna do a full attack,
No.
so I can't. But you know, it'd be cool to do that. So I'm gonna do that.
So move action, you reach down and you swipe
I
these
split
gauntlets
down.
up. Fine, you split down.
Okay.
You remember some video, John Bob Van Dam, something like that, but you just split. It hurts. You're not expecting the pain of that collision.
Pants
but
rip.
through that
Roll
pain,
for pants ripping.
you reach out.
Roll. It's a 50-50
What are you
chance.
rolling?
It's a
He's
20.
ready. I got a 6.
Oh, they did it!
Problem. Your pants split.
Oh my god, it's spicy!
So embarrassing.
No, but
No.
you do slam your
No.
testicles into the ground right as you pick up these gloves. They are activated. You can see through the tears. What do you want to do, Bubbles? Bigger attack.
Yeah, I guess. I kind of want to bend my
The
hand.
shame.
You
Takes
swing,
the whole
you
turn.
feel, and it throws you off a little bit.
Mend.
You can feel the breeze, and that really kind of does something to your targeting. But make your attack roll.
This is the auto fail.
Hey,
18.
that's good. Plus,
That is almost certainly going to hit.
Plus 18.
Plus 18.
yeah,
36 hits.
36.
36 is a hit.
So go ahead, roll damage on that.
And he has a negative to his penalty, to his AC.
Nice. Extra hit.
Extra hit.
It's him and his feelings.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. I love that guy.
I love him so much.
I don't know who that is, but I do like that.
He's
He's
Uncle Roger.
The most famous TikTok star of all of
Yeah, no,
2023.
D.
Ooh.
That's 1 plus 2.
Ooh.
3 damage.
Holy
No,
shit.
that's
Because you ripped your
Plus
pants.
18
blows.
is 21.
Plus 4.
Plus 4 is
1 plus 3.
25. And then an ally wasn't hit by him.
No, but as you strike, even though this wasn't your best hit, they are starting to look a little bit worn down. You can see they scraped across parts of paint and metal as they ran around the corner.
How's
but
his
now,
pants, though?
fully intact.
See, I look like the asshole in this situation.
He's actually not wearing pants. He's wearing just metal going straight up.
He's not wearing pants. His dick is just out.
He's got a Ken situation going on. But that is your turn, Bubbles.
Yeah.
All right,
He
that
has
brings us
no
to the
dick.
top of the
It's
round.
smooth.
And to the Echo units. So no longer impacted is the one in the corner. First, the one that is right in front of you, Bubbles. They're fatigued. They're tired. They cannot use their charge ability. Their swoop hammer suddenly becomes much more unwieldy. So they are only able to take 1 strike. They do not benefit from their archetype bonus. And that is a natural 1. So as they suddenly become fatigued, you can just hear error, heavy, and suddenly the hammer just drops out of their hands.
Nice.
It slams into the ground, and they look down. They can't, they took a full action to take that attack. That's all that they can do. The one behind them, however, is no longer interfered by
Not
heals.
fucking yet.
And the fatigue goes away.
Yeah. For this guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a
1 round.
useful round of it, though.
It just is a bonus to my mind thrust.
That was huge.
It sucks that my only damage
What's the
dealing
number
thing
for this
is.
guy? I forget.
Yeah, if we survived,
off
it was
last time?
huge.
I think this is the first time I've passed at the 4th level. I think Joe's right.
Oh, I'm not
I don't
super
remember
great
that
at
effect
this.
before.
Oh, that's a 6 plus 6. 12.
Okay. So, as Echo's first attack, they fly forwards and they grab onto you, and you can just hear goodbye. As they step there, they are going to use the rest of their movement to shift you 5 feet forwards, and then they're going to activate their teleportation circuit up here behind Spice to take their other attack.
Ah, fuck.
Bubbles, can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Okay.
Oh, because you
all
pushed you to the cannon.
Oh no!
That's what happened.
Not good.
I was like, what's
Bitch,
that
you
guy
were
do?
on our side for so long. Don't you remember me?
Because we made a connection,
Oh,
but
man,
it's...
that's an 8 plus 7. That's
run
like.
out.
You can only do it once more.
I wouldn't...
It's a 8 plus 7. That's 15. 15 is a failure. You are taking 11. You are taking 20. You are taking 25 points of
Piercing?
fire damage as this explodes an anti-tank shell
26.
into you. 26. And then suddenly, as you feel the heat of that shell about to impact you, that Echo unit vanishes, just completely out of sight, and you feel the ozone rip of teleportation as they just appear behind you, Spice, and they take that second attack.
Wow.
Spice, that's pretty low for them. That is going to be a 32 to hit.
Duh.
And Spice,
this Echo unit's
this blade almost teleports into you as you take 31 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
That is all that they can do. So that brings us to the Proto-Echo units. There is none left.
Wow, bitch, die already. What
That
the
brings
fuck?
us to Shade. Spice, you're on deck.
Can I jump over without activating it with my jump jets?
Maybe.
Sorry, Bubs. How you doing? Sorry.
My pants have a rip in it. How you think I'm doing?
I'm gonna
You see more bubbles than you ever have before.
And it's all whitey tighty.
But it's like doing that thing where like he's trying to like hold his pants up, but also like fight at the same time. You know, casually.
I'm gonna exocortex attempt to implant a glitch on him.
Cathars-
Again.
Go for it.
That's a D12, so that will never work. That will also never work. It's like a 26 again.
Not high enough.
And then I guess I'm gonna move action. Go up to this guy. I'm
Okay.
gonna jump like as much as I can to get out and like hopefully not
Bubbles.
affect it.
Shade just leaps over you. Doesn't do anything.
Cool. And then I'm going to attack him, but I'm
Okay.
going to non-lethal strike,
Okay.
which is -4.
Sure.
to it, because I don't have that as part of the weapon, I think.
Go for it.
That's not going to hit. That's going to be a 22.
You swing, and using the flat of the blade, they're able to just parry it with the backhand. Not enough. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, that is your turn, Shade. Spice, what do you want to do? Gibbs, you're on deck.
As like a reflex, Spice is going to. Well, could I have used? Never mind. Too late. Anyway, she's going to like as a reflex unarmed strike
Okay,
behind her
go for it.
because I don't have gauntlets or anything fun like that. So
Can you
she's just gonna straight up whoop, turn around and try to hit who's behind her.
That feels right, though.
Okay, that's a 19 to hit.
19 is a miss, unfortunately.
'Kay.
You swing, and they are easily able to dodge. They never break eye
She goes,
contact.
whoa, and then guarded steps back.
Okay, so you guarded step. You take 5 feet back, just
I'm gonna-
making a little bit of distance, and then your back just hits metal. You are cornered unless you want to step into the line of fire of that turret. Anything else, Spice?
That's all I can do.
All right, that brings us to you, Gibbs, and Heeltex.
It worked so well last time. I'm gonna do it again at the second level. I'll will this guy.
Okay.
But he's fatigued for the round, so it actually does affect my turn. So
Okay.
can you give him the negative
Yeah.
of being fatigued?
Okay.
-1.
What's this guy's name? Eke.
That's Will.
Will.
Eke.
And I'm casting at the second level, so your DC is 19 to beat.
It's a 20 with a -1.
Okay, so he still takes half damage.
Okay.
And this is my last second level spell slot.
Okay.
So you're aware.
Oh damn, you've been going through him.
4d10. I could do with real dice. 15. 18. 15 plus 18 is
15 plus 18.
32, 33.
33. Halved.
Very nice. So 16 points of damage.
Yes, please.
Anything else?
3 is 16.
Anyways, we can fact check that math on the replay.
Yeah, that's it. That is.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Okay,
No
cool.
problem.
I
You
didn't do my own
manifest
math.
through. They are able to now resist, having been exposed to this effect before. Anything else, Gibbs?
Nope, that's it.
All right, that brings us to Heeltex, who maintains their concentration, and Shade. You get 7 points of stamina.
Hey.
Oh, and I like with Bubs.
Nice.
Bubs, sorry. I keep forgetting.
And Bubbles, that brings us to you, as you gain, I think, 11
11.
points of health back. What do you want to do, Bubbles?
Oh, hold on, I gotta add that. HP?
Yes.
Always HP.
And then Shade rockets in front of you, attacks this creature. You have 10 feet between you. You are standing exactly where this kind of turret is set to go off, and so you imagine not moving off of this will result in another strike from it. Are you doing anything, Bubbles?
So Shade pushed me back into it?
No,
She
didn't
pushed
move.
you
She
and then
pushed you.
teleported away from
I
you.
jumped
Oh
over
yeah,
you.
she did. Yeah, she's a jerk.
I jumped over you.
She is a jerk.
Anything else, Bubbles?
I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna move and.
Okay. So you
Single
rush
attack.
around Shade, knowing that this is going to fire again. You get out of its range of ability, and you end up on the other side of this creature. You have the hammer. You hear and feel behind you, just by a couple feet, Bubbles, there is electricity crackling through the floor. You're safe where you are, but maybe 10 feet back, maybe 15 feet back, there's some electricity.
That's what
Oh, the doorways that are electric.
Echo had warned you about this, but the doors going into that central structure seem to be electrified.
Okay, I'm not gonna go there.
Make your attack.
I'm going to single attack
Go for it.
with the hammer, going right for the thighs.
nice.
That's a 9 plus
16, 20.
Is it 16? I thought it was 18.
No, 9 plus 16 is it's one less than 26. 25, yeah.
25 against.
It's KAC. It's bludgeoning, so it's.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's my turn.
All right, you are on the other side. You slam into them. Their arm reaches back and just catches the wrist that is trying to swing down. They're still directed at Shade, however, but that is your turn, Bubbles. That brings us to the top of the round and to their turn, actually. So, they are no longer fatigued, correct?
Correct. Yeah, because it would have ended on my turn, I guess.
So they look at you, Bubble,
Oh, God. I knew
Or
this.
top of the round, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's the
and
same.
they say, "You got close, but not." And they flex their hands,
Oh, God. What the
and you feel this energy radiate out from them as they say, "Not close enough." And they activate their own Wrathful Warrior,
Oh,
and they are
fuck.
going to go ahead and take 2 attacks against
Shut the front door.
you. The low one, Bubbles. Oh, rewind all of that.
Oh.
They have to reach out and pick up their hammer.
Yeah.
Instead of activating the Wrathful Warrior.
Okay.
But they
very
are going to
nice.
swing up in an arc to take a single attack with that.
They also say something silly.
They don't. But
Damn.
that is going to be
Crud.
a 43 to hit.
Goddamn.
That hits.
And with
Whoops,
that
dropped
43
my hammer.
Bubbles, you are going to be
I bet that also ripped
taking
their pants.
19, 24,
My robot
56,
pants.
35. Bubbles, you are taking 56 points of blood.
Oh, my
damage.
God.
Oh!
I am down.
As they slam into
never
you with
been
this
down
hammer,
Yes, I
it
have.
just
Yes.
knocks you straight down
It's been
onto
a
your
long
back,
time.
and you lose consciousness. You see these 2 blue eyes as they stalk over you, and you see the hammer go back over their back, and as they get ready to strike again. But that is their turn. That brings us to Echo 80,000. You take that guarded step back. They're going to close the 5 feet of distance next to you,
Stupid.
Spice. And Spice, they say, "This is a restricted area. You will have to leave."
Fuck you, you were on our side like 20 minutes ago. Not even.
Can you make a,
like
1 minute ago.
can you make a
12 seconds ago.
a will saving throw, please?
Mind affecting?
No.
Oh, bad news. Will you say?
Yeah.
14.
14. As you say that, you realize you've been so focused on her, you didn't see. She's holding 2 weapons, and she pulls the other one as in this trick attack. That is only going to be 29 to
Yeah, that hits Spice. She's a squish.
Spice. With this trick attack, you are taking only 21 points of piercing damage plus the trick attack,
I can't heal y'all.
which is
Y'all
an
are-
additional
I should have
18,
done this
19, 20, 23 points of damage.
That was funny.
Okay, the Spice goes.
She just riddles you with bullets not from the gun that she was pointing at, but this other one you can see from the arms. There are 2 SMG uppercuts, but that is her turn. That brings us to the Proto Echoes. They are
What the
down.
fuck? You were on our side.
That brings us to Shade.
I'm gonna try to distracting hack this guy this time instead, which is basically just a bluff check.
Absolutely.
That's a good roll. It's a 39.
39 is enough.
Nice.
All right, so -2 flat-footed,
Okay.
and
Wow,
gonna
this bitch took
They
me
already
on
used their
2
indomitability
turns.
module.
and I'm gonna do non-lethal again.
Okay.
Not good.
I love this non-lethal
gonna
side of
hit.
Shade.
He
4,
only does it for
Well,
enemies.
technically, you haven't seen it yet because he misses again.
14. I just bonk.
Absolutely. Catches one of Bubbles' wrist, catches one of your strikes. You are unable to hit him. Anything else, Shade?
That's it for me.
Alrighty, that brings us to Spice. Gibbs, you're on deck.
Spice feels Bubbles' like psychokinetic energy just tap out of existence, and she reaches out to his mind and goes, Ooh, what does she say to her ex-boyfriend to wake him back up? What would she say?
You
what
were
would be the
terrible in
thing?
bed.
That's not what she says. Bubbles, you say it. She says something inspiring.
I'll
You
be
have
it.
to make the choice.
Yeah.
No, it's
man.
you. It's your
Yeah,
character.
Yeah, you gotta do it. What are you
it.
saying, Spice?
Okay, so Spice said...
Character defining moment.
Yeah. How spiteful of an ex are you?
Shockingly not as spiteful as you might think. So she goes... As much as you hurt my feelings, and as much as I am hurt right now, I need you to persist through this fight. You can do it. I believe in you. And gives you 32 points of stamina to wake the fuck back up.
And you hear all those words almost like they're being told from an angel that is just this lone point of light in the dark. And you surge back to life. You're on the ground. There's this huge automaton that is just stomping around, slamming into things. And so much less nice here, but you're back up.
Garden step.
Hey.
I'm gonna do my
Make
best.
a reflex saving throw.
What? To like get
Oh,
up.
No, because you're in
guarded
the
step
gun.
in the opposite direction.
gun.
Oh, wait. Fucking never mind. I think my... Never mind.
Can't get away from her.
You are
I
about
can't.
to step to the right,
she goes,
and you see just barely the creep of a smile on this echo, and you realize you're about to step into this cannon. You pull yourself back. No problem. Stand where you are.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Your turn,
solo
Spice.
this motherfucking echo.
Yes, you will. That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, you mind thrust that first time. It works well. The
Yeah.
second time works as well. What are you doing?
I'm gonna lifelink with Bubs.
Okay,
'Cause he
Bubs.
needs HP to get back
11
up.
HP, Bubbles.
Nice.
But I am whittling away my own health to do this. What would it take for me to like over
Do
here?
the climb speed.
No,
It would take an athletics check, and that would be your action.
not gonna do that then.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna guess fear
I've
Okay.
at
literally...
this lady, trying to get her to run the fuck away.
Sure. Will save.
I wanna cast it. I guess I have to cast it at the 3rd level using my last 3rd level spell slot.
27.
That passes, but if she succeeds, she's still
Shoots her
shaken.
pants? Oh.
And so then, I'm casting at the 3rd level. So I can, hold on. If I angle this way,
Can you get both?
that I can get both of them.
Okay. Yeah. So then the other one.
Yes, please. So she's shaken.
I've literally inspiring boosts every single one of you,
This has been a
Long slog.
The other one is a 22.
including
Also
Echo.
passes, so all he is shaken.
No problem, but you still are able to cast fear. They are both rippled by it as they are shaken,
Okay. Just
but not stirred.
kidding.
Anything else, Gibbs?
just so where everyone's clear, it's lasts for 1 round, the shakenness.
Okay. Cool. Shaken lasts for 1 round. That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Heeltex, who maintains their ability and shade.
I always like.
They
first
do
and
actually
fourth
have to
level
get a little
spells.
closer to you.
It sucks.
That's right in the door now.
I
But you do
can
get.
relate as someone who
Oh,
can't do
wow.
any actual damage.
Shade, you
but
take 16
also-
points of stamina.
Whoa!
As you
Whoa!
you have max healing on you in that round.
Nice.
But that is his turn. That brings us to you, Bubbles.
Thanks, bud.
You surge back to life, 11 HP, 30-something stamina. You are back on your feet.
Is it an angel Bubs here, or is it Spice?
Right now, it is like this machine like
Both.
charging up this
It's one and the
rocket-powered
same.
hammer. You don't hear anything.
But
That
when
is
I
just
did,
a
was it-
memory.
Okay.
It was both. It was the
Alright.
angel.
It's like a
of
dream
Spice.
right now, fading into the back of your subconscious.
Yeah, that sounds about par of the course for Bubs. Bubs is going to do a full attack. His Raffle Warrior is still active.
Yeah.
I looked online. It didn't say anything about me losing it.
I'll
after
double
the-
check, but yeah, I don't think it does.
Yeah. So I'm going to Raffle Warrior, and I think I'm going to do my triple attack.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
So first attack, here we go. And this is with the gauntlets.
Yep.
That's 12 plus 10 is 22.
That is a miss.
All right, close enough.
Okay.
Plus 10.
Hold on. So that is 2d8, so it's 2 plus 18 is 20, plus 4 is 24. Was an ally hit? No. So 24?
Okay, you slam into them, and as you do, you can see now, for the very first time, there are cracks that are forming in the chassis of their chest, but they're still up.
Bubs is gonna like kind of like do like a slide to the left and like kind of do like a
Slide to the
punch
right.
down with his left hand, like going down, and it's like an elbow too.
Sure. So as they bring their arms down to block their chest, they see this crack open up.
That's a 4, so I'm gonna do close enough.
That is a miss, but as they block down to guard, that opens up the top of their chest, and you slam into that. How much damage is that?
1 second. So that's 2 plus 18 is 20, 24. No ally was hit. No.
Nope.
And it's a second attack in a row, so 28.
Okay, they're still up. But Bubbles, after that hit, you can see their arms both drop down because the crack splits. And you can actually see a real biological heart beating within the mechanical chest. But they're in bad shape.
Punch the heart.
Bubs like goes down like with his like left fist after his last attack, and he like grabs both his arms and he like makes like a kind of like a what's it called? Like
Hammer fist?
Yeah, like a hammer fist, and he guys runs it up right into the heart,
Make an attack roll.
and he just yells and he goes ah. That's a 5.
That is a miss. Are you close to nothing?
Yeah, that's a 5. Yeah.
Okay, close enough. And with close enough, because they only had 12 points of health left, you slam into them, you see the heart, you see your opening, and though you actually end up missing the heart with your strike, you strike right in the neck, and it hits the carotid artery in such a way that it just dents in, and the suction from the blood fueling and pumping through this adrenaline-filled individual keeps that artery shut, and you see one half of their head just swell before the lower half just gushes with blood, and they fall down dead. But Bubbles, you are now standing over. You see no enemies in front of you. Is there anything else you're doing?
I'm just gonna keep yelling. Ah!
Okay, you scream, and Spice, you know that your healing has worked. That does bring us to the top of the
But he's not
round.
happy about it.
Into this echo unit that turns. You see the blue eyes flick away from you for just one moment, and they look down at you, and you hear them say, "Elimination is now up to me," and they will take a triple attack against you.
That's it. I dare you, bitch.
You got it. It was
Spice,
great.
does a 29 hit?
Duh.
Okay, so for that first strike,
I won't be
you
after this.
take how many d12s?
Okay. Let me pull up
You
my.
take 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I just want to make sure I don't go down after this.
The second one is only going to be
Yeah. Plus,
a 26 to hit.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
From the second one, you are only taking 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And from the third one,
Joey's dungeon.
you are taking a 34
Duh, yep.
and
doesn't-
so-
anything over a 25 is gonna hit.
and you are taking 33 points of piercing damage from the third.
Okay, so this echo by itself has almost soloed Spice, but she's miraculously still alive
Nice.
somehow.
And then
And then she gets
And then-
pushed in front of the laser and dies.
she is going to run and parkour up here. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
You coward! You running away! And Spice
she
is
have,
bleeding out her eyes.
Upstairs.
Bitch, I'm still ready to fight!
To not provoke attacks of opportunity, there's like if you
Bring it
hit
in.
something.
Bully, yeah. But shoots you, fills you with lead as she parkours up and then reaches the top. You can see, detaches the magazines from both SMGs and just slams them into her thighs. You see these two clips emerge from compartments and just auto-load into the SMGs. She's ready to go again, but that is her turn. That brings us to Shade.
So cool.
I don't want to get up there, but
What you doing, Shade?
I'm going to Can I exocortex? These are just mechanical things. They don't have.
They're connected to a computer that is
not
within the actual building. So if it's within 50 feet of you right now.
It's within 50 feet.
Correct.
If I go here, can I wirelessly hack into it?
You sure can.
Cool. I'm gonna go there.
Make a computer strike.
Use my exocortex to hack. Nice. That's a 41.
With a 41, you bypass the computer countermeasures, which include a surging electric grid that seems to radiate stronger and stronger away from the core, and you disable the false shell. You're able to access the actual proper nodes. You can see this computer controls these pylons, which are arcing out this electricity. That probably falls under the defensive countermeasures. There's another thing, and you can see this reads simply echolocator, all capital letters. And that seems to be a much larger node that feeds to more and more information. Should you access that, you imagine there is a tremendous amount of data available.
Okay. Are these already active? Like,
Yes.
Is there active electricity? It just
Yes.
means- Okay. So, I guess with that exocortex, can I deactivate them, or do I need to use my
You
action?
need to use your computer action.
My computer action. Okay. I'll use my computer action
Make
to
a computer
deactivate
strike.
them. That's going to be another 41.
With a 41, easy for you to do. Suddenly, all 8 of these pylons spark once more and just go out. The energy crackles away. You can see Echo looks either way to their side, a little bit confused, but you have disabled the other countermeasure.
And that's it for me.
No problem. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to Spice. Spice, you are hurt, and this Echo just skips out of sight. You can hear them reloading. What do you want to do?
I want to yell out to this echo unit and go, "What is your name?"
Okay. You yell that out.
And then I'm going to hold my action, like my actual movement and like action in case anybody else gets hurt.
Okay. So you hold your turn. That is your... Well, you're just holding your turn. That brings us to Gibbs.
All right, Gibbs is gonna mind duster at the 4th level.
Okay.
I'm just so sick of this.
I mean,
DC's 21, please.
this
And
echo.
that's going to be a 20. And so just barely failing. She
Okay.
rolled an 8. I just want you to know her will save is
Yeah.
good.
Hold on.
Her poor head is going to explode.
What?
Shit.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Holy fuck.
That's a lot of damage.
65 damage?
That's a lot
I don't
of
think I've ever
damage.
rolled this high.
That's all.
I don't think you have
It sure
either.
ended it.
It's 3
Gibbs.
knives.
Sure ended it.
In this moment, she was hurt, over halfway hurt, but tell us how it happens.
Fuck. I was so proud of you for doing it non-lethally, and then here I am, like...
Yeah, that was over by like 7.
She did not get a chance to respond with what her chosen name was.
Yeah, well, Gibbs is tired and angry and just sort of like is lashing out, like
Yeah,
just like
absolutely.
kind of upset tail, sitting in this like damp, dark space that she doesn't really like, and like is just frustrated and like whatever. Because she's like got her friend there but can't get to her, so she just takes her rage out.
No problem. You take all of this rage. The rage, not just from not being able to get to your friend who's so close, but the rage from having friends who are scattered across the galaxy and far away from you. And you direct it all into a single point. And for all of you, eyes on Echo, the only remaining combatant, you all see the eyes suddenly shift from blue to red and then wink out as the glass shatters outwards, the head wobbles, and then the skin just sloughs off. There is no brain to explode, but there is just smoke that eliminates out, and you are all out of initiative. And because it is 10:15, this is where we're going to end for the evening. But for all of you, you now sit within the core. The echolocator has been located by Shade.
That was quick.
I'm not going to tell them yet.
And as you now find yourselves within the central
de-electrify the
core,
door.
within the assemblage number 12, you get the sense that you are very close to the scrap of all code that you are all after. You have vanquished 3 mighty Echo units, all of which have been left behind by Pleiades Rock to guard this place. And Mosaic Team 5, you would imagine that the next time that you rest, you will level up.
No, 12?
We just got level 11.
No, we didn't.
Thank you for joining
Nothing
us
happened
this
for me for
session
11, but
of
12?
Mosaic Team 5.
It's over for these
We'll be
bitches.
back
When do you
next
get a
week.
12?
But please stay safe. It is crazy out there. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
See you,
Pants.
SpaceX boyfriend.